RJ show. We are just too sweet.
All right, welcome to Attention Wrestling Disorder episode. I'll find out later,
I think it's
but
38.
38 possibly. But we're starting a little differently today. We always say we're never going to do things without the third person, but someone's having his diva time today.
Yeah, he's running on hot rod time.
Hot rod time, which is time that's not like everyone else's time. Okay, so I said 12, and then I said I was running late, but I still showed up, and yet Hot Rod, who knows when we're supposed to be recording.
But what he doesn't know is that he is in the waiting room and I haven't admitted him yet.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
So are we ready to bring him in?
I guess so.
Wait, he just got out.
Uh-oh.
What'd you do, Roddy?
Uh-oh.
Roddy, does he know? Roddy doesn't know.
Roddy doesn't know.
What the hell, Roddy?
It's Rod time, dude. That's what it is. Like,
that's true.
Oh, stop hating, blabbity blabbity. Whatever. What does he say?
Shoot, stop hating. Man, shoot, pipe down, or pipe down, hater.
Pipe down, stop hating. Yeah, I was late because I'm on Rod time.
Whoa. I got here around 4 o'clock. If you were here before I was.
What am I hearing right now?
I don't know. This will be funny, or he'll be really mad at us. But this will be fun, so, you know. But for the record, we're on the air, so rather than having a conversation, let's actually get into it. Who are you again? Remind us.
RJ show, the whole show. Nothing but the whole damn show. I don't even know if I said it right because I'm just like laughing about this whole thing right now.
Because Roddy is off the points. So on that, I am Chucky. John Cena sucks. Roman Reigns should be the champion in every entity he is. MJF is the GOAT. Austin Theory is the future. Impact is boring. GCW is fun. And the New Japan King and coffee lover, Hashi.
And yeah. Oh, and
Brock
Lesnar ruins storylines.
Who'd you say?
Brock Lesnar ruins storylines, Hashi.
Not on my watch. He doesn't. I think it's gold. I love Brock Lesnar.
But yeah, and then he's supposed to be in here, and he's showing up on Hot Rod time. The guy who somehow keeps main event on the air and is probably the reason that Cody Rhodes didn't get a title shot. Is probably the reason that Braun Breaker is not on the main roster. Probably the reason that who's the guy I hate?
There's a lot of guys you hate. You got to be more specific.
The Aussie that I hate.
The Aussie that you hate?
Grayson Waller.
Oh, Grayson Waller, yeah.
Australian dude that I hate. Yeah, Grayson Waller is on the roster because of him. Hot Rod.
It's all Rod's fault.
Yeah, it's all Hot Rod's fault.
You know.
I don't know. I have a feeling we're going to redo this, but if we don't, this is cool.
No, we're not redoing this. There are no redos in podcasting, Jay. You know that. There's no redos.
Where is he?
Real life. I don't know. At first it was funny. Now it's not, because now it's like, okay, Rod, where are you?
Yeah, Rod was in here, and then now he decides, oh, I'm going to
eat food and go to Applebee's and talk to my fantasy friends, because fantasy's everything.
Keep in mind, I did say I was going to do the show.
We all said we were going to do the show. We were all here. We were all ready to go. We were up front about it.
And I know I'm going to be next, because if I show up late, I know you're going to get on my ass next, and I'm going to walk into it too.
Well, the problem is I'm allowed to be late because I set this up, so I'm allowed.
Yes, I did spam you much, buddy. Get your ass in the room.
Spam? Oh, did he actually reply?
Yep. He said, Jesus Christ. Well, do it in his voice. Jesus Christ, spam much.
Man, Jesus Christ, spam much? Jeez. Oh, jeez.
Oh, shoot.
Man, shoot. I hope Rod goes back and listens to all this banter for no reason.
I know. Hater.
Man, shoot.
Hater.
waiting for Rod. I'm getting a lot done today. Like
I
waiting
have
for
a lot of
Rod.
Australian friends, but I'm not a Grayson Waller guy.
Oh, fuck Grayson Waller.
No, I'm not a Grayson Waller.
Boring.
The guy who plays Grayson Waller may be cool, but Grayson Waller, I'm not the guy who
It's a character.
when the show's off the air and stuff, that Grayson Waller is probably a cool dude, but the Grayson Waller I see
Most of the wrestlers in real life are cool. That's the whole point of it. They are cool, but
not all of them, because then again, I don't know, because MJF will never let you know.
I feel like he's actually really cool, but he'll never let you know he's really cool.
Yeah, he probably is. I mean,
you can tell that MJF is having the time of his life. You kidding?
He's having the best time of his life.
He's
But
living the best life.
He'll never let you know it, and that he's living the gimmick. He's doing it.
Like I said, we love Britt Baker, but she wasn't the friendliest when I met her. Honestly, Jamie Hayter and Rebel were way cooler. Jamie Hayter was cool as shit.
To be fair, she was probably stressed out about something.
Could have been.
I mean,
she just seemed like a little more like she just seemed disinterested. She felt like she was doing it because she had to do it, not because she wanted to do it. I don't like that.
Yeah. That kind of, I mean, I hope she's not.
Your fans make you who you are. Like the people hold the keys. I sound like John Cena. As much as I hate on John Cena's not wrong for that promo. The fans dictate everything. He's not wrong, even though I want to hate John Cena because John Cena sucks.
He does suck, but yeah, he's not wrong. But crap.
Is that a Bret Hart shirt?
No, it's the King of Hearts.
Oh, even better.
Real King of Hearts.
Owen Hart, great shirt.
Correct.
I saw
Bret Hart might have been the second King of the Ring because apparently there was a King of the Ring before the King of the Ring competitions.
There were like a few of them. The main of like them as an event started in '93, but apparently Jim Duggan won it at one point.
Jim Duggan. Well, that wasn't. Well, no, like
No, that was more of a gimmick. No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, but they did do it. I'm gonna pull it up.
Like King Harley Race, but there was a King of the Ring. I forget his name. He was a WWE guy. I forget who it was though.
They're all WWE guys. Everybody's a WWE guy.
Like one of the old school dudes. I just can't think of who it was.
I'm gonna do the recon because we don't have, Oh, it's time.
Is it?
It's time, and
bring him in. Bring him in.
Bring him in. Bring him in. This is gonna be great. I'm gonna love every second of this once he joins. My computer's been lagging, so hopefully it doesn't take too long. But
hope he's in.
This is amazing.
Oh, is he here?
He's coming on. He's coming on. He's coming on. Oh, he's connected to audio. Okay.
Here we go.
Let's get the visual.
So,
ladies and gentlemen, Hot Rod 521 in the house.
Hot Rod 521 finally made it.
He finally made it. By the way, Rod, we've been recording this whole time.
Yes, we have.
You just got ribbed.
Oh, nice.
You just got ribbed. We were cutting promos on you while we were waiting for you.
Well, yeah, we weren't talking about you while you were gone, Mr.
Of course not. Of course not.
Never.
Mr. I'm too good to be on time for a podcast.
Again, you just discussed to our paying audience, or not paying audience, that he runs on Hot Rod time.
Yep. Hot Rod time, whenever Hot Rod wants.
4 o'clock?
Works for me.
7 o'clock.
So,
hey, Hot Rod, remember when you moved to Florida? We had that going away party for you, and you were how many hours late?
I was like an hour and a half late. Hey, I was being a general manager that day.
Oh, yeah, because you were doing fantasy drafting, and everyone was so mad at you.
Yeah, well, I was being a good general manager that day. I put my own leagues before my own.
So where were you, Rob? Were you in a fantasy wrestling chat? Were you eating? What were you doing?
First of all, we never established the time. Number one.
Who said
Number
12
two,
o'clock?
yes, I
Come
was
on.
having lunch.
Even though Jay ran late, we're gonna blame him too.
Yeah, I already said I was running late. I already announced I was running late. I said 12, then I said
And then
I'm
I was
running
having
late.
technical problems. So you know what, gentlemen?
Oh, and then there were technical problems, but I owned up to it. I didn't just not
But it
no-show.
took me forever to do it too. So you know what? We're all at fault here. Let's take it again, guys. We're just too sweet.
Fine. The other thing never happened. Welcome to Attention. Oh, God. If you leave this on, welcome to Attention Wrestling Disorder. I don't think I can do it again.
We don't need to do it again. I was only kidding.
Is it episode 39 or 40, actually?
I think we're 38, I'll tell you.
I think we've been 38.
We've probably been for like 3 years. You know what happened about a year ago?
Yeah.
You know what happened about a year ago on this show? We had the
What?
COVID episode. Remember me and you both had COVID on the episode?
Oh, God. Yes.
About a year ago. That was a year ago already.
The COVID. Jeez. 39 episodes in like 2 years. It's bad.
We gotta. It's all my fault. I take the full heat for it. Up. We're at episode 38. I was correct.
Oh, we were 38.
Nope,
Okay.
39. I tell a lie. Nope,
No,
39.
it is 39.
I stand corrected. 39.
Episode 39 then.
Yeah, because we did a current state of wrestling last time.
Okay, so obviously this episode should be called like Hot Rod Time.
That's exactly what I'm calling it. Hot rod time. Where's the
What's
hot
your
rod?
Works for me.
Oh, and Hot Rod, you have a fan.
Oh, tell them all about it.
I'm gonna put her on the spot.
Invite her in the chat. No, if she's around right now, put her in the chat. We'll have a surprise guest too.
One of my friends,
We're shooting on this one. This is a shoot episode.
I go into like
Oh.
one of my friends from TikTok has listened to our shows, and she's from the UK, and she's like she's Hot Rod's #1 fan.
Hey, that's awesome.
My friend Jess, every time she listens, she's like, I want to meet the Hot Rod. I want to meet the Hot Rod.
Hey, listen, tell her she's more than welcome to send you a friend request on Facebook, Instagram, whatever she's got. More than welcome to.
Here's
Hot
the thing.
Rod's got-
Man, shoot! Everybody loves Hot Rod 521. Man, shoot!
Hell's yeah.
Hell yeah!
You know what though? Like every time someone listens to the show, it's always Hot Rod this, Hot Rod that. Forget about RJ's show and Chucky Hashi. It's always Hot Rod, Hot Rod, Hot Rod.
Because Hot Rod is ridiculous.
Yep.
Okay, then, pop me kettle.
Lives with Hot Rod.
Here's the thing about Hot Rod. He is ridiculous. There is nobody else like him, which is kind of the selling point of him.
True. But
I mean, and
no one like any of us. That's the selling point of the damn show.
Rod once on a podcast said that Ryback was better than Bray Wyatt because Ryback had Health Championship gold.
Oh my God, this was like how many years ago?
Yes, he did.
It still wasn't.
You still said it.
You still bring it up.
And it was only Intercontinental Gold, while Bray Wyatt has held that.
Okay, yeah,
title
this is what when I said this was before Bray ever became WWE champion. Keep that in mind. But Chuck doesn't tell you all that.
Do I need to tell them all that?
Yeah, exactly. Chuck doesn't tell you all that.
Do we need to tell them all that?
because
Yes,
Ryback is
absolutely.
the one who was invited back to WWE, not Bray Wyatt.
Oh man, and Bray Wyatt is done what? He's had like what, one match since he's been back? Hasn't been on TV like in 3 months.
Technically,
It's all Vince's fault. Blame the Vince.
wasn't he injured? Isn't that what's really? Isn't he injured or something?
Some kind of undisclosed illness, you're saying. But still, even before that, he wasn't doing nothing.
They
His
did
only
take
match
a
since
while.
he's been back was the lights out, was the pitch black match against
That match was
LA
terrible.
Knight at the Rumble.
That match was
What?
terrible.
That was his only
I
match.
love LA Knight. I love Bray Wyatt, but that match was fucking terrible.
Have either
That
of
was
you
the only
tried
match he has
Pitch Black?
competed in on television.
And that
Have
match was
either of
terrible.
you tried Pitch Black Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
Is it
I
any
never
good?
had tried it. I heard
I never
it's
tried it.
all right. I never actually had a chance to try it.
What'd
And
you
you
say?
can't even find it anymore. I haven't seen it
Oh,
since.
they stopped selling it. Oh, okay. Well,
I think it was a
never
limited
tried
time
it.
thing. It
But,
was a
the match
bullshit
out there?
promo.
Did
What
the
happened?
match ruin the drink?
Probably. The match stunk.
Yeah, it was.
That was terrible. Don't try to defend it.
Wasn't
No,
that good?
there's no justifying that match. It was bad.
And
I mean,
then
the
they're
only,
like,
the
"Great,
only
we put our
part,
name
the only
on it,
good part of
now
that
we're
match that
gonna go."
happened was freaking. The most memorable part about that whole match was freaking Alcohol Howley jumping over freaking the Raptors onto LA Knight. That was the most memorable part about that whole match.
Right.
So if you put a name on a match and make it horrible, will that product go away?
Maybe.
All right, so let's have an Ian Riccaboni.
Oh Jesus Christ!
no.
I just felt stupid like this was coming.
Let's
I
do
just
an
felt
Ian
stupid like
Riccaboni
this was
match.
coming.
Let's just call it an Ian Riccaboni match and make it
Oh
so
my God,
bad
such a
that it goes
degenerate.
away.
Hey, leave him alone.
No. RJ, if you're gonna do that, at least take advice from the king of bad gimmick matches, Vince Russo. What we need
Oh
is
Jesus
an Ian Rick and
Christ!
nobody on a forklift match.
Yeah,
Oh,
that would be
God.
great. Ian Riccaboni
Oh
on a
God!
pole or a forklift.
No, you know what
Yes.
we really need in New Japan? We need a KOPW match that no matter what happens, Kevin Kelly gets fired after the match is over.
Yes.
Such a degenerate.
Yes. I would
I
love
can
that.
definitely see. Well, that's definitely not going to happen.
Kevin Kelly is worse than Ian Rick and
That's
nobody.
right. Isn't Dominion in a couple of weeks?
What happened?
Isn't Dominion in a couple of weeks? Hold on, come in.
Dominion's on the 4th.
No,
It's a
you can
question.
get rid of it.
What was the point of elevating and pushing Mercedes Monet to the top, only to take the title away after
She's
like
probably going to win the strong title on Resurgence tonight.
Oh, is there a strong women's title?
They're making one.
Yeah, they got a
they're
tournament.
going to probably build it around
tonight.
her. I have a feeling they're building around her.
All right, so bring me up to speed. So I know Aussie's the open weight tag, the strong tag.
They got both tag
They have both
titles.
tag titles, the IWGP and the strong ones.
Okay.
They have both titles.
Is open weight? Is there still an open?
The 6-man, it's yeah, the 6-man. Who are they right now? I'm trying to remember. I feel like
Okada, Tanahashi.
Oh yeah, they just won them. That's right. Okada, Tanahashi, and Ishii just won them.
Hikaleo's the strong open weight champion.
He's a strong open weight. He's fighting.
Kent is getting his rematch tonight.
Yep.
Let me ask you a question. So last time I remembered, the only title they had on Strong that was a strong title was the open weight. Are they going to have a strong heavyweight? Or are
no,
they
it's
going
just the open weight.
So Hikuleo is basically the top guy in Strong right now.
On that respect,
right now,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
It's like how Aussie Open right now is the top tag team is Strong right now. And the top woman will be determined in a few hours from now.
What about, is Shibata defending the Ring of Honor Pure title?
Not on this event, no.
I believe next week is supposed to be fighting Coughlin.
Oh, on Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Because he's not doing Japan tonight.
But I thought that I assumed that he would be defending it in New Japan as well.
There's a possibility he still could. Sabre Jr. defends the TV title here on Ring of Honor television, so.
I know we're a little all over the place, but you know what I'm excited about for tonight on Resurgence?
What?
Moxley and Yuta are teaming with Shota Umino against Ishii, Okada, and Romero.
Oh, wait, who's the other one?
I didn't know that.
Shota Umino, the one that was Tanahashi Light, who was Moxley's protege when he was in
New
Oh, that. But let me ask you a question though.
Yeah.
Who are they facing?
Okada, Ishii, and Romero.
Okay, that's good. But that's good because that keeps them heels.
Yeah. But Shota Umino's not a heel, which is kind of funny.
I know.
Yeah.
My question is, in New
But
Japan,
it's Japan,
will they be wrestling heel or will they be wrestling face?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Because right now, they should keep the storyline and be the pieces of shit that they've been.
I agree. We'll see what happens. They probably will. Last time Moxley was in New Japan, he was a complete tweener.
Yeah, it was like 2019.
He was a tweener then, but he was kind of like with Shota Umino, who was kind of like another Wheeler Yuta in a lot of weird ways. Except that Shota Umino is not a heel at all.
No, the fans love him.
Right, he's like Tanahashi Jr.
I think people were so sick of Moxley to the point where he had to turn.
I actually enjoy
People
Moxley.
starting to hate him, and it's like we don't like we don't like you, and we don't care if you're how you feel. And
I'm gonna stop you right there for 1 second. AEW diehard marks, like the real douchebaggery marks,
yeah.
will suck Moxley's dick for the rest of their lives. Rod can attest to this.
Rod's one of them.
You know what though? I give Moxley credit though. Moxley's AEW lucky to have Moxley. I don't care what people say. They're lucky to have Moxley. Moxley said it best. If he wanted to last year, he could have walked into SummerSlam with the AEW Championship because he was on a handshake deal at the time. He could have walked into SummerSlam with the AEW Championship.
As boring, I mean, as like to the point where it's like enough of Moxley. He is the reason. He is part of the reason that the company was saved from that scumbag. When you could say,
I know he's talking about. If he's talking about the dude who I won't lose sleep over if he comes back or not. Yeah, I agree.
I'm talking about CM Punk ass.
I almost wore my Punk shirt today, but I decided against it.
I feel like he cannot come back, and I will not lose sleep over it.
I was a fan of
Punk to come back. I don't care what anybody says.
I was a fan of Punk.
He cannot come back, and I won't lose sleep over it.
Rod, you're just a hater.
I was a fan.
No, I'm not. That's that damn douche.
That locker room, dude. He screwed up the morale of that locker room.
I'm Team Colt Cabana all the way.
I'm not
that damn ass clown.
Hey, I have no problem with Colt Cabana sharing a bank account with his mother. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people do that. It's okay.
Exactly. And the fact that Punk brought it up to try to make him look like a loser, fuck Punk for that. That was a bullshit ass move right there.
You know what else? No one's pointing the finger at that piece of shit reporter who asked the question. That started the whole thing.
Well, that's the problem. It wasn't Punk. It was a reporter. Yeah, Punk's a dick, but Punk's always been a dick. Punk was never not a dick, and everybody knows that.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, like, from what I understand, the fucking Cowboy Page promo was, was not a work.
I heard he wanted the business for himself. I think
Page fuck that damn dude for that.
No, I think Page has come.
I'm just a pipe bomb. But when somebody says that I don't like, I want to act like a little bitch about it.
I get it from both ends. I do. I love Punk. I don't care what he says or thinks. I've always been a Punk fan, so Punk on my TV is entertaining for me.
I am like very passionate, and I love AEW, and I love the fact that they're a company that's complete opposite of WWE. The morale is completely different.
It's a different thing.
This asshole to ruin it.
But again, here's where AEW fucks it up too, though. AEW and the marks don't make it any better. It's like, WWE sucks. Fuck WWE, AEW, yeah. Who's your favorite wrestler at AEW? John Moxley. Outcast. Yeah, you're a fucking mark for AEW, but you like all the ex-WWE guys. They were WWE first. Like, what the fuck? I'm talking about like the real marks who think they know everything about wrestling about AEW.
But you know what? The Outcast did do something, right? They did exactly what the fans wanted. Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter are like the heroes of the women's division right now.
It was great, and that's why they're great. But
and that's exactly what
them did. But now you want to be an AEW mark and a loyalist, but now you're hating on Baker and Hayter, and now you're all the Outcasts are better.
What those three women did was put the spotlight on the AEW originals.
Like right. Like we see that. We see it from that perspective. But all these smart ass AEW wannabe marks, they don't see that. And they annoy the shit out of me for it.
And that shit pisses me off. Yeah, they're the bad guys, but they're also having fucking fun doing it.
Right. It was like when
I would like to see Saraya wrestle more because she doesn't wrestle as much as the other two, and she's just coming in.
Defense, she did have the spinal injury, so she's got to be a little more strategic in her spots. But
true.
I get it, but at the same time, I get what you're saying.
I'm saying, I mean, I would like to see her do more in ring.
I would
but,
too,
I mean, the fact
but
that
she might be stifled though too. We don't know.
What?
I'm saying she could be stifled though because of past injuries. Like, yeah, she's cleared to wrestle, but she's probably got to be a little more careful than others because
I'd
Neck
understand
injuries are
that
no
because
joke.
neck injury is pretty bad.
what happened?
Neck injury is pretty bad.
Don't fuck around with neck injuries, dude. It's fucked up. You know, dude. I'm so grateful as a metalhead I can still headbang.
Oh, same here. I can still headbang.
But we're at those ages where that thing starts to happen.
Isn't that what happened to Rick James?
Maybe.
Wasn't the headbang? Well, didn't they say headbanging was related to what eventually caused his what led to his death?
It could have been. I mean, again, he could have
Like,
like.
when you're younger, you might be able to get away with it, but as you get older, yeah.
Roddy, serious question. How's your body holding up?
I mean, I get aches and stuff, but then again, you got to remember, I also did 20 years in the military, so you can only imagine what I had to put my body through.
I gotta go. After this, I'm probably gonna go for a walk if it doesn't rain, because I'm older than Rod, and my body's probably gonna break down before anyone's.
I gotta do some yoga later. I've been like on and off with it. Medication has made me fat again because that happens.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work on it.
Made me fat again. I gained 2 pounds overweight, and I'm pissed. But what is your shirt about?
Mine?
Yeah, pain.
The pain for Chris Jericho.
Okay, Jericho.
You know me.
As soon as I saw Maker, I knew what it was.
Yeah. So, as you guys know,
even though you thought this was Bret Hart, I did.
I didn't see the bottom part. That's why. I didn't see the bottom part.
Okay, so
I just saw a heart and a facial expression. I didn't really look that close.
Go ahead.
You're fair. But what I was going to say was, we do this podcast, and yes, I've officially worn every wrestling shirt I own on this podcast now. So I got to do repeats again because I refuse to not wear a wrestling shirt when we're air. It's bad for business. I'm a businessman.
I hear that. So speaking of business, I mean, you talked a little bit about Resurgence tonight.
Resurgence. You guys want to do a fuller rundown of the card? Or you want to?
Yeah, like.
Let me get the full card if you guys want.
I mean, I want to say this though. Next weekend is going to be in the same weekend.
Well, because you have Saudi.
You got Night of Champions. You got Battleground, Double or Nothing, Under Siege, the finals of the Best of Super Juniors.
All right. Battleground is who?
NXT.
Oh, NXT. Okay, that's going to be on TV. Is that
That's the pay-per-view.
Peacock. That's going to be Peacock.
That's a pay-per-view. It's a pay-per-view.
Oh, it is. It's NXT. Okay.
So actually, we have a lot to touch on then. So we should not mess around, gentlemen.
Don't touch me. Anyway.
Don't tell me with a good time, RJ.
Oh my god.
All right. So what do you guys want? What key points do you guys want to hit then? I'm gonna let you guys dictate the whole thing.
I
had my fun. You guys call it.
I do want to discuss quickly that I don't know if we didn't talk about it. We never got to talk about it because it didn't happen until after the last show. That I was right.
You're always right. So carry on.
Don Callis heel turn. I was.
Oh yeah, no, we called that. We all called that. Absolutely. Oh yeah, we all called that.
The fact, yeah, they beat him down, but the truth is, for Don Callis to have any role as a manager, being a babyface manager is not where Don Callis' strong points are.
No, we knew it was coming. We said it on the show. All of us said it. We all agreed with you.
But you know what? Actually, he didn't say his allegiance was to the Blackpool Combat Club yet.
He hasn't said anything.
He just
he hasn't said anything.
All it was just backstab Omega.
Yeah, he basically was talking about why he turned on Omega, and then, but obviously, we know. I'm sure we're going to see his involvement with them, especially with the Anarchy in the Arena match that they're going to be doing at Double or Nothing.
Yeah, definitely.
By the way, Rod,
What up?
what was the match that what was the pay-per-view that ruined Punk?
Wasn't it All Out last year?
It was All Out. Okay.
It was All Out.
Okay.
I just didn't want to say it because I'm a Punk guy. I support him regardless.
I couldn't remember. For some reason, I thought it was Double or Nothing, but I see all these. It feels like they just keep going. Boom, 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 boom. Keep happening, you know?
You know what it is? The world, we're getting older, guys. Life happens quicker, so things happen more further back than we think, too. Some things feel like yesterday and it happened like a year ago. We did the COVID episode a year ago already, guys. That was a year ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, you're right. 2 weeks ago, I had COVID a year ago. 2 weeks a year ago.
Me
May
too.
5th is when I got COVID.
Me too. Remember, we had the whole episode?
Yes.
I felt bad for you. You definitely felt it worse than I did. I felt bad for you.
Well, I
had it so mild.
It felt like a fucking, it felt like a bad bronchitis. It was what it felt like.
For me, it was just bad allergies. Like I had a stuffy nose. That was it.
But, all right, so we could talk about Resurgence, but I did want to point out, like, obviously everyone's getting ready for Double or Nothing. It took them to basically allow Adam Cole to come in the building to finally say, here's a match for Double or Nothing, which we all expected the minute that Chris Jericho and Adam Cole locked eyes with each other.
Dude,
your camera's off, Chuck. Okay.
What happened?
Said your camera's off. I said the minute those two locked eyes with each other,
you can't see me. I'm up here.
We knew that this was going to be a pay-per-view type match.
Wait, are you talking my camera's off or Rod's camera's off? Mine's on.
Yours is on now, but it was off a second ago.
Oh, it's probably a glitch. Weird.
All right, can I finish my thought now?
Go ahead. Yes.
You
were the one who already did, not me. I was confused.
Anyway, that they were going to have this match. It's an unsanctioned match, but I guess it's the way the storyline's going. I guess it's warranted, you know?
I guess. Round two. By the way, I don't want to admit this on air, but I'm going to because Rod will feed into this.
Oh,
I should. I'm drinking a Swoosh IPA from Grim from Brooklyn. Great beer, by the way. So anybody Brooklyn, New York peeps, or if you're ever here, try it.
Just keep saying Roderick. I just keep saying Roderick Strong as you're doing it because I was about to say something, but yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Just do the thing.
So I was going to admit that I had a Coors Light last night, Rod. Ugh, terrible.
Guess what, Rod? I actually had a Coors Light 2 weeks ago.
It is such a bad beer.
It was not.
You were just such a hater.
I actually liked mine because it was cold. Anyway,
I had a headache after it.
You want to know something very interesting?
No, it's bad because you know that I don't like beers that give me a headache, and Coors Light has these chemicals that give me a headache.
Your camera keeps turning off, Chuck.
Weird.
So, Roderick Strong did something that Adam Cole hasn't done yet. Adam Cole's been in the company as longer than Roderick Strong, but the same time as Chris Jericho, and yet Roderick Strong got to face Jericho before Cole.
That's true.
It
makes sense for the story.
And he beat Jericho, so it's like you wonder now.
Yeah.
Where are they going with that? He did. You're right.
You're right.
He won, so it's like now it's like Adam Cole has to beat Jericho.
But will he? But remember we did that with Ricky Starks, and I thought that because he beat Jericho on TV, Jericho was going to beat him at the pay-per-view, but he didn't. Starks beat him twice.
That's true.
But I don't understand what the point to beat Jericho twice was.
I think it was the only reason they would do that is to literally put the guy over. That's it. But Starks is over anyway.
Starks is over, but now he's He's not well at this point, though. He's now up against two guys that are more over than him.
In theory, yes.
Jay White, I wouldn't say Juice is more over than Ricky. I wouldn't say Juice is. Jay White, yes. Juice, no.
Give Juice time. I'd say Juice.
Hey,
is pretty
listen,
over.
I envy Juice
I'm not trying to
Robinson.
knock Juice. I like Juice. I'm not trying to knock Juice.
Roddy, put yourself on camera, dude. What are you doing?
All right, this is pissing me off. Your camera keeps turning off. Or is it Rod?
Rod's off. Rod's been off.
It's not you. It's
Yeah, mine's off. Like,
Rod, turn your fucking camera on.
oh my God.
Holy shit, Rod.
Are you jerking off, Rod? What are you doing?
Seriously.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing during the podcast.
The entire fucking time. When it was you. What the fuck?
That's why I was
Oh my
confused when you were
God.
yelling at me. I'm like, I've been here the whole time, unless you're it's glitching on you.
Exactly. Somebody
you.
owes Chuck an apology.
Thank you. I said I'm
Oh my
sorry.
gosh.
Chuck.
I don't
But,
care.
yeah,
No,
you
I
owe
was,
him an apology.
I
Because
was
you
just
made me think
confused.
with him.
No, but seriously, if that's the case, I thought maybe your thing was glitching, and I'm fine. I've been here the whole time.
Yeah, because the screen kept switching, and I thought it was. I didn't realize it kept switching to Rod. I thought it was your fucking camera, but this motherfucker kept his camera off the entire time, driving me fucking apeshit. Thank you.
Hey,
my
RJ,
God.
listen. I mean, this whole episode is about Rod and his Rod time, hot Rod time.
First, yeah, Rod time.
He shows up when he wants. He comes in and out when he wants.
The camera's on and off when he wants.
That's what I
He
do.
decides who gets a title shot on TV and who doesn't.
Oh yeah. You got me confused with Vinny Guido there.
You may as well be Roddy the Guido the way you go.
You're the reason that Cody Rhodes doesn't have a title shot.
Oh yeah, because I still want him to
Wait. No, I figured it out. Nope, I figured it out.
Okay.
Vinny the Guido got in Hot Rod's ear, and then Hot Rod and Vinny the Guido went to WWE management because Vinny the Guido had so much pull.
That's exactly what happened.
And because Hot Rod is such a mark, because Hot Rod is such a mark for Brock Lesnar, he was like,
that's definitely a lie, everyone. So I have a loyal listeners. Do not listen to Chuck. He is blatantly lying to you right now.
What loyal listener? Hot Rod should be managed by Vinny the Guido.
He is managed by Vinny the Guido. You didn't know that already? I thought that was other information.
Straight to the top.
I still think my favorite account of Vinny the
Guido. Going to the moon. I go past the moon if I got managed by Vinny the Guido.
I still think my favorite conversation with Vinny the Guido ever, Rod, was that time we were at Applebee's with him, and I'm like, Hollywood Drive-By should do a cover of I Get Money. And his eyes, like, bugged out. He's like, I'll get you so much exposure.
Ah, yeah.
Remember that? He was, like, all about it. He was, like, ready.
Yeah,
he was, like, a little squirrel.
Like,
what song?
You guys replacing
I Get Money. He uses
a couple of clones.
So he uses, when he wrestles, when he's in wrestling, he uses the theme song I Get Money by 50 Cent. So I jokingly said to him, Hollywood Drive-By should cover it, and he was like all about it.
That probably would have.
I wasn't being serious, but it was funny.
But that probably would have helped you.
It would have to a point, but I feel like. But random going complete ADD now. Speaking of Special Super Juniors, you know who my new favorite wrestler's theme song is? TJP in New Japan.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, I agree.
You know who does that song, right? You know who does that theme song?
Who?
I found out, The Hero's Lie. Remember Mason Ryan's old theme?
Maybe.
Yeah.
The band that did Mason Ryan's theme did TJP's New Japan theme, The Hero's Lie. Fantastic.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, found it out the other day.
Is he still a heel in the UE?
Yeah.
They're still heels. But what's funny, though, about the UE is that they're almost, in certain aspects, becoming tweeners, because they had Aussie Open do a tweener promo against the TMDK guys.
Isn't TMDK like good guy? Well, no, they're not.
No, they're heels.
Well, because I don't know. At first, Zack Sabre Jr., when he came up in his did that Ring of Honor promo, I thought for a second, I thought he was the face, but then, of course, he quickly proved me, wrong.
No, TMDK is very heel. United Empire, they're kind of starting to go tweener, but they're mostly heel still. But New Japan does this thing where they do a lot of heel versus heel things, which is cool, which I like. I actually like that they do that.
I don't know, like
It's a little more shades of gray than just like, oh, the good guy and the bad guy. I kind of like that. Somewhere.
I haven't watched it in a while, but every time I've been watching, I feel like Will Ospreay is like is the face of New Japan these days.
He is and he's not. Right now.
And you know what? I think he should have a rematch against Omega and get the belt back.
Well, going back to Resurgence, because we're kind of doing this really ADD like a very attention wrestling.
Yeah, he's got Tanahashi tonight, and the winner faces Archer in the finals.
Yeah, they're doing the thing for the one #1 contender. So he's fighting Tanahashi. The winner of that is going to go on to fight.
I feel he probably will get on. He'll probably get Omega and
Is Omega fighting tonight?
No.
So it's Ospreay versus
Tanahashi, and the winner advances to face
against Lance Archer.
And the winner of and Lance Archer, the winner of that faces Omega for the U.S. title.
Question.
Answer.
What company? Where is Lance Archer right now? Is he Ring of Honor? Is he AEW? What the fuck?
He's AEW, but he's working everywhere.
Yeah,
because he's not like he's not on AEW TV.
Speaking of Lance Archer, the dude that he beat to get to the finals, it's got that big street fight with Juice tonight.
Oh, Fred Rosser, yeah. So you know what?
Fred Rosser, yeah.
Let me structure us a little bit, guys. Let's be a little structured here.
Question: who does fucking Juice work for if he's doing?
He's signed to AEW.
Oh, but he's
still working New Japan dates, but he's technically now signed to AEW.
There's so many questions I have. What the Bullet Club are faces in Impact. So who the fuck is who do they represent? Who does
technically, we're not sure which Bullet Club Dave Austin represent right now. Gold or the David Finlay Bullet Club.
I'm talking about Ace and
right. But what we're saying is Bullet Club's in a weird spot right now. Like there's like 3 to 4 different subdivisions of Bullet Club right now. So
there's Gold, there's Torture.
The House of Torture has literally become a joke. They've been teasing dissension with them too. Show and Evil have been fighting on Best Super Juniors because Evil keeps accompanying him. He keeps fucking up the matches for him.
Except for the Ishimori match, ironically enough.
Which is fucking funny because Ishimori is Bullet Club. Which is weird. But also what I'm curious about on Dominion,
Kevin Kelly had me dying that first night.
Kevin Kelly?
When he was roasting House of Torture. He's like House of Torture's done with a team full of Janettis. I was crying.
That was the funniest thing Kevin Kelly has said in a long time.
What does that mean for someone who doesn't watch other sports?
You know how they say the Rockers, Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels is the Hall of Famer, the great career.
You said Jannetty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So basically, I know what you meant now. Yeah. I didn't realize. I thought you said Jannetty.
So he called House of Torture a bunch. He said House of Torture.
Hey, you know who the biggest Jannetty of the modern era is? John Morrison.
He is, honest. Well,
nah.
He is such a Jannetty.
He's been successful everywhere else he's went to, so I disagree with that statement.
True. Marty Jannetty has. I don't think Marty Jannetty's.
Who do people recognize first? The Miz or John Morrison, guys? The Miz.
He had the Intercontinental title for like a week and lost it back and lost it. Jannetty. He was an IC.
Also, the Miz has been once they WWE his whole career. Morrison has gone to other places and been highly successful.
Even though, in that defense, I will say, on a wrestling level, I don't see Miz working in any other promotion. Like he wouldn't get over. Could you imagine the Miz in New Japan? The fans wouldn't know what to do. The fans wouldn't know how to react to that.
You know who the Miz is? The Miz is what's his face? The singer. The New Japan singer.
Oh, Tai Chi.
He, in a way, he's like the Tai Chi of WWE.
Could you imagine Tai Chi in WWE?
No.
Oh hell no, no.
Well, that's the
He would
point.
have nowhere near the
That's why I
success.
forever say that in the last, aside from Randy Orton, behind Randy Orton, Miz is like the best WWE tailored wrestler in the last like 20 years.
But could you imagine? Did anyone expect Trinity to go Impact?
I'm not surprised.
That match she had with Kylie King Thursday was amazing.
Yeah.
She's gonna kill it on the season gets to sell short too.
Who probably benefited more from that match than anyone? Kylie King. I've talked to her. I've seen her. I've seen her wrestle.
I agree. To go up against a top level talent like Trinity, to be Trinity's first in-ring opponent.
Yeah, no, she got over good for that.
This is a big moment for Kylie King because I don't think she's been an AEW, but I think she's in a better spot in Impact right now.
I can agree with that.
The best thing that happened to her was going to NWA. Her stock really raised when she went to NWA. Kylie King.
I could agree with that. Honestly, I could agree.
Kylie King did get some time on Dynamite and did get to build her character up, but I feel that NWA. I feel that being on and now this being a tag team champion on Impact, and she was the CCW Women's Champion for a little bit, and CCW's on a smaller scale compared to the other companies. But
right.
I mean, CCW is a great promotion.
Right, but the indies are good platforms for any talent. I feel like the higher indies are good, even for like the name talent, because it brings recognition to the product and it helps them build.
And let me tell you something. When I talk about CCW, a lot of those guys you've seen wrestle on Impact and AEW. So yeah, one of them is a WWE guy now, Stacks. So
Stacks, yeah, that's right. You were saying that, yeah.
CCW is obviously doing something right, and obviously with Kylie King too.
True.
Because they definitely helped Kylie King a hell of a lot, and now look at her. She's on Impact, which is not as I guess in the same. I don't know how to say this because I want to say not. I mean, maybe a different. Well, I was going to say not the same level, but obviously they're kind of are on the same level as AEW, where Frankie Kazarian's keeping his theme song,
but I feel like the difference between like AEW and WWE is that WWE is forever going to keep their company contained. If you work for WWE, unless there's a few exceptions with deals, you're not going to see any WWE guy anywhere else. Because WWE, once you sign a WWE contract, they got you by the balls. AEW is a little more lenient. Like AEW works with other companies, so it's like they'll let their wrestlers appear on, New Japan or Impact to a point. I know that relationship kind of fizzled.
This is what confuses me. The Impact name, whether it was under the TNA or Impact umbrella, has been around a hell of a lot longer than AEW, but AEW is the one that gets the better network deals, and Impact doesn't seem like Impact has as many people in there at their show.
Well, that's easy because unfortunately Impact doesn't have a billionaire back in the way WWE and AEW does.
Hey, Rod, don't you like that touch that I gave you while you said that? The money thing?
Really generous, I swear.
But it's true though, but Rod, am I wrong? Like it's the money that causes that.
Because with all those
Impact Wrestling has been low-key one of the MVPs of professional wrestling since the pandemic era.
And
no one watches Impact.
Stop hating.
I gotta tell you, people do watch Impact because Trinity's. You have some great talent on there.
No. Look,
it's not.
There's good talent there. I just don't like the product.
That is a problem. They have way too many silly vignettes that they do.
They do a lot of stupid booking for really good talent. That's the problem with Impact. This is why I lay down, I take a nap. When I have insomnia, I put on Impact, I sleep like a baby. It's great.
But they have great matches too. Again, Kylan King Trinity, smart booking.
I'm sure that was a good match because I know they're both talented. I love Trinity. I love
Very
them.
good.
And I love Kylan King.
She's. I like Kylan King. No, I like Kylan King. All the stuff I've seen of her, she's been great.
Kylan King is amazing at what she does. Trinity, right. Like in WWE, I had a love-hate relationship with her, but she's still
Naomi at different times. I think the problem with Naomi in WWE was that, unfortunately, there were so many women at the time that she always unintentionally got overshadowed.
She was able to actually show that she could wrestle, though. That's what I had respect for her, because she can wrestle, even though she was kind of in that time where the women were not wrestling, like having the matches.
It's going to come out a certain way, and I don't mean it to. You got a chocolate girl who is very vanilla. And that's what made her great to me.
What you're saying is she's very... She was
vanilla. She was a good wrestler. She was a good entertainer too, but she was a better wrestler than an entertainer.
Right.
She was a good wrestler in an entertainment company, is what I was trying to say.
Well, I think in the beginning she was more of an entertainer than a wrestler, and then she showed, oh, by the way, I'm just as good as a wrestler as an entertainer.
Well, actually, if you go back to NXT, she was the best wrestler on NXT for the season she was. Rod, tell me that you don't disagree with that.
No, I 100% agree with that.
I never saw a
wrestler. She ran miles around Caitlyn and AJ Lee, and I love AJ Lee. I'm the biggest AJ Lee mark there is.
AJ Lee is great.
I agree, and remember,
but in ring, Naomi runs miles around AJ Lee.
About that season, here's a fun fact about that season. Caitlyn was not originally supposed to even be on that season.
I know, it was that big girl, that large woman.
Yeah, Aloysia, but they found out that
she got released, right? She got released.
Yeah, they found out she did porn, so they pulled the plug on her and replaced her with Caitlyn.
Stupid reason, but whatever. That girl couldn't move for shit anyway.
Unfortunately, well, Kate, you know what Caitlyn was known for? Making out with Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
And she also did wind up winning the Divas title in her hometown too. So
that was Long Island. Isn't she from Long Island?
No, she's from Houston, Texas.
Oh.
But
oh no, I thought maybe she was from Florida actually.
But you know who won? You know who won titles in his hometown twice?
Florida, Texas. Who?
Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder, twice.
True, he did, didn't he?
He won the tag titles and the IC title in Long Island.
Where did he win the GCW title?
That I don't know. Maybe Jersey. That wouldn't.
Yeah, I have to look it up.
Anyway, I want to say Jersey because.
Anyway, what I'm trying to say in my own words, what I'm trying to say is.
Oh God, we are so ADD. This is great.
Trinity, Naomi, whatever the fuck you want to call her, she showed that she could actually wrestle, where Bella Twins suck ass, and as a Funkadactyl, she showed, oh, I don't need to be this entertaining dancer anymore. I can fucking throw it in the ring. So
I get where you're coming from, and I agree with you, but I love the Bella Twins, so don't ever hate on my Bella Twins again.
The Bella Twins.
Hey, speaking of them, you know who I really felt bad for? Their rookie Jamie Keys. Had they did the NXT seasons like 5 years later, Jamie Keys probably would have been like a huge star because the Bellas were huge.
I'm sorry, but I'm not even sorry.
Taking off.
The Bella Twins. The Bella Twins is maybe like to be on soap operas and reality TV. That's where they shine. But they fuck.
Because again, it goes back to the Miz thing. They're WWE tailored talent.
They don't belong in a ring.
Again, it goes back to their.
Outside of Ronda Rousey, no females has brought more mainstream in like the last 15 years to WWE the way the Bellas did. And Ronda was a star before she even stepped foot in the WWE star.
I could agree with that. And the thing that too, again, on a female
The
level,
only person right now I can say is close right now be Bianca. That's the one person I say is close right now.
I like Bianca, but what I was going to say about the Bellas was that in a lot of ways they are the female version of the Miz. They are
Let me say
the
this.
best female WWE talent they've ever had.
The Bella Twins have been Divas champions, right?
Because they're divas.
Yes.
But we have women's champions now. You see what I'm saying?
Because they're entertainers and not wrestlers. But again, if you look at WWE, what is WWE? It's an entertainment company, not a wrestling company. It depends as a fan what you're into. Do you want wrestling or do you want entertainment? A lot of people like that entertainment, and people don't give a shit about wrestling. You have us who like wrestling, so it's like, okay, let's find our wrestling.
I'm a little, I'd say maybe upset that AJ Lee and Saraya have never been women's champions in WWE. Neither of them have held the
timing of them
title.
It was the timing of them, unfortunately. If you
it really was.
It was all in timing. That was just the time they were there.
Question: was Beth Phoenix a women's champion or just a Divas champion?
No, she was women's champion.
She was both. She was both.
Okay.
She was the cutoff on the front end of that. Yeah, so she was a women's champion.
Luckily, Natalya was a women's champion too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was both.
That's another one who has been getting like the shit end of the stick. I think she should have one of those. I mean, I think
Natty was the last female to hold both championships.
Yeah. Gentlemen, I'll be right back. Talks amongst yourselves. Carry on.
She had the NXT title too, didn't she?
No.
Yeah, she did have the NXT women's title. Didn't she?
Not Natty, no.
Didn't Charlotte beat her for the women's title?
Yeah, but the title was vacated because they stripped Paige of it when Paige got called up.
Okay, so all right. So she's never so she's only had
So she's been Divas and SmackDown Women's Champion.
I think
Women's Tag Team Champion. As far as like different types of women's championships go, Charlotte and Rhea each have won 5 different women's championships if you combine WWE with NXT and NXT UK.
Rhea Ripley is the now of WWE. She's the now.
Rhea's the NXT UK Women's, NXT Raw, SmackDown, and WWE Tag. Charlotte's been Raw, SmackDown, NXT, WWE Tag, and Divas Champion. So they've each won 5.
Back up. What was Charlotte a WWE Tag Champion?
With Oscar.
Oh, actually, yeah, you're right.
So they each won 5 different championships.
Now of the WWE. She is definitely the now. Fuck Bianca Belair.
Both.
What?
Her and Bianca both.
Fuck Bianca Belair. I'm sick of Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair has become Becky Lynch to me.
Nah, not even close.
Bianca Belair.
Bianca's like such a star right now. She deserves to be the champion.
I'm sick of her already. I'm sick of her. I mean,
WWE, they hit a home run. They hit a home run with her. They got lucky with her.
I mean, if anything, at one point Bianca Belair did deserve the attention she's getting now, but I'm over her already.
Who we over?
Bianca Belair.
No, he said he's over Bianca. I'm not. Like I said, outside like she's the closest as far as like a mainstream star to WWE's mainstream to Bellas.
I mean, she's a role model. She's
female wise.
She's great.
Yeah, I feel like we're now at a point where someone else needs to hold that title.
That's what I'm saying. I'm done with her being the champion already. I'm not like, I didn't say she didn't deserve it. I'm just done with her being the champion. I was all for it when she got her title twice. I was all for it, but now
Right.
I'm over it.
She did it now. Right, exactly.
I don't know, but here's the thing. I don't know why it's weird. I wasn't over Britt Baker with the title, but I understood why she had to give, that I did understand she had to pass the torch. Unfortunately for her, she passed the torch to the CM Punk of the women's division of AEW.
Okay, let's not go nuts now. Let's not go nuts now.
Who's apparently
let's not even go nuts now. Let's not even go nuts with that. She's nowhere near that
she's
bad.
returned. She's back.
Unfortunately.
She's nowhere near that bad.
I'm not.
You guys act like being CM Punk is a bad thing.
What?
You guys act like being CM Punk is a bad thing.
It is a bad thing.
When multiple people have called you a cancer, yeah, it is a bad thing.
Yeah. He I told
CM Punk is better than John Cena ever was.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, Rod.
All right.
Statistically, what was John Cena's best match ever? Oh, yeah, against CM Punk. His only 5-star match he ever had his whole career.
Yawn.
Yeah, but CM Punk, in the beginning, I was all for CM Punk, but then you could see what he was doing to the company, and I was really happy that we haven't seen
CM
CM
a bunch
Punk.
of haters. I want to see him come back and kill it.
Okay. You got people in other companies calling that fool a cancer, so what does that tell you?
You do realize that the only two people to hold multiple world titles in AEW were two former WWE guys.
But that's the whole foundation of AEW, and that's my whole argument about the whole AEW Smart Wars. Oh, they're so great. Why aren't new guys getting talent pushes? You know what I mean?
But now that we have an AEW chat, well, we did with Adam Page too, but now that we have
Adam Page's champion was great.
And it was cut too short.
I would love to see him champion again.
I would love to see honestly, if I was a fan of the way I would have booked talent, I would have had MJF just beating Adam Page. You need to waste all the time with Moxley.
I mean, that would be great too, but
it should have been Moxley should just
now,
ran with it the whole time,
and
then just had MJF beat him.
The best champion in all AEW right now is Orange Cassidy, and it's not even freaking close.
The best champion in AEW is MJ frickin' F.
I agree.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Like hell if it is.
Dude, MJF is the best.
No, yeah.
Roger Hader, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay. Orange Cassidy has more title defenses in 1 week than MJF will have in a month, but okay.
Orange Cassidy
had more matches in a week than MJF will have in a month, but okay.
Rod, in the words of MJF, you fucking mark.
Okay, so Orange Cassidy is a big deal, and he has been the longest, international.
He's been the most defending champion in the company right now. Man or female.
That's how they're building him. They made him bigger than best friends, too. Right. But here's the thing. That match is going to be a great main event because everyone loves Guevara, Jungle Boy, and Allen, in addition to fucking MJF. Those are the 4 to watch.
And trust me, this is why they're doing their best angle right now, because you have all 4 of them involved. I think they're doing it a little too soon, but at least they're doing it, and it's great.
Well, when would you rather them do it? Because they are, all of them together have all held titles. All of those 4 have held titles.
I feel like that's such a long-term story. That's my issue. That's all. It's because you got to think long-term. You guys know me. I'm a forever long-term thinker. That's why I love New Japan, because their stories are so long-term. That's why I got pissed off with Kevin Kelly, because Kevin Kelly can't commentate for a long story.
Why are we showing not Rod right now?
Because Rod was snoring.
Oh.
At my rant. Because he disagreed with me, because he always does.
What I was going to say.
You're showing Amanda.
What I would love to see for freaking the Wembley show, though. And
Amanda was on camera for a minute.
We should have her be our guest tonight.
Okay.
Oh my
Let's-
god.
Let's
Ron, I'm
do
gonna
it.
send her the link.
But anyway, you know what should be the main event for the women All In? I would love to see Pac versus freaking Orange Cassidy 3 for the international title.
I'd be
Hey, I
all about
noticed
that.
something. Rod, are you in a different bed?
No.
This is not the bed you usually lay on.
Yes, it is.
It is not.
Oh, it definitely is. But
You know what I love about our podcast, guys? I have to say, this is my favorite thing. We all locate ourselves in the same spot every time.
Yeah.
pretty much.
You got your couch. I got my bed with all my shit on top of it.
Yeah.
Ron's got his bed.
I
Right,
could have
and every now
sworn
and then I'll go in the other
your
room
wall was
every
blue.
once in a while.
I could have sworn Rod was in a blue room.
No.
No.
But I will be honest, I'm in a green room, and I call it the green room.
Well, my wall's like, I don't know, kind of light blue. I don't know.
So, true story about my bedroom, gentlemen. This was my childhood bedroom. I moved upstairs with my grandmother about 11 years ago, and then my brother moved into this room. They redid the room. He wanted to make him green. And then he got married, so he went upstairs. And then when, they were all that, I came back down, and now I'm in his green room.
There you go. Wow. You went all over the place, and now you're in the green room.
In my childhood green room, too, because you got to understand, I grew up in this bedroom. This is my childhood bedroom. We moved into this house when I was turning 11. I'm now 36. And I'm trying to think, 25 years, 26 years.
Here's the difference between me and Rod right now.
Years of that life has been in this room.
Here's the difference between me and Rod right now. When Rod does that, you saw a woman. When I do that, you just see an empty spot.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna let you guys in a secret. When my lady stays here, I want her side of the bed right now.
That's
I'm
funny.
sitting on her side of the bed to do these.
I'm not sitting on anyone's side of the bed except my own side of the couch.
Jay, we're gonna find you a girl, homie. We're gonna find you a nice lady.
Yeah, right.
I'm not kidding. We're gonna find you a nice girl.
I know, seriously.
We all deserve love in our lives.
Oh, when are we gonna do the live Florida podcast with the three of us in the same state at the same time?
Within the next year.
Okay. We got to make that happen. Anyway, what were we going on about before we were
derailed? I don't know. We have a lot to talk about, and I feel like we've touched on everything a little bit, but
so
nothing.
We got the Night of Champions coming up. But do you find it a little strange that there are a couple of matches that aren't championship matches, like this
Night of Champions,
Brock Cody thing?
That's the angle.
What kind of match is it?
As of right now, it's a regular match. They haven't put a stipulation on it yet.
I thought they did. I think what would make sense would be AJ versus Cody. To be honest,
that's what I'd rather see. And because again, I'm a mark for Bullet Club, so anytime I see Bullet Club guys wrestle, I'm like,
exactly.
I'm thinking shit about it.
That's exactly the point. But
that was like when you had Balor and Cody wrestle on that Raw, and I was like, this is fucking fantastic.
Because if you have Seth and Cody wrestle again and Cody wins,
right?
Seth would have to win, and then what? Cody. It's another match that Cody doesn't get to finish his story. So will Cody ever finish?
I'm done with Seth and Cody. Look, unfortunately, and I love Cody, I love Seth. They're like two of my favorite guys in WWE, but you already killed that story because Seth stood no chance. He lost all of the matches.
He did.
Why would anybody think that it's going to happen differently any other time? When you lose to one person one too many times, it's like no one's going to believe that you're going to beat them.
Unless the only way for that story to work is for Seth to beat Cody.
Right. And here's the kicker. That needs time. And what does that do? Long-term storytelling. And guess what WWE doesn't do? Long-term storytelling.
I can't say it either. Long-term story. Yes.
Long-term storytelling.
I mean, to AEW's credit, they do long-term storytelling for the most part.
better than WWE, but not as good as New Japan. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, well, you know what though? They can always revisit the 4 pillars again. I mean, because New Japan always
I hope they do.
Naito Okada.
Well, I agree with you, but yes, I agree. But to me, Naito Okada was not long-term storytelling. That was just a lot of matches very quickly. New Japan does a lot of that too, though. I will not deny them.
Okada Naito, same thing.
But again, New Japan does both. Like that's not where their long-term storytelling is.
What makes Dave Finlay the leader? And I mean, Jay White's still in Bullet Club, but he's not the
One
leader.
Word, Jado. One word,
Gato. Gato, not Jado. Gato.
Yeah, you're right. Gato, excuse me.
Gato,
Isn't the other one not in Bullet Club anymore?
Jado is with
No, yeah.
Gato and Jado were a team for years. What happened?
Well, they're the bookers, aren't they?
Well, Gato,
Yeah,
not Jado. Gato is.
now.
Well, Jado was always a booker.
No, Gato. The one in Bullet Club is the booker.
Well, I know that those two booked other companies together before.
Oh, yeah. Right now, I think it's more Gato than Jado. Jado might have influence, but I know Gato is their main booker. I think like Jado.
You know that Romero runs Strong.
Right. So yeah, Gato's doing New Japan and Rocky's doing Strong, from what I understand.
I just love that Rocky's like wrestling in Ring of Honor too.
Well, he was a big name in Ring of Honor.
He wrestles all over pretty much.
Yeah.
What I would
think
like
he's wrestling like every major company there is since the pandemic started. That's not named WWE.
You know what would be amazing, but I don't think it's going to happen.
What's that?
If McGuinness gets cleared and wrestles Danielson.
I would be a pig in shit for that. No, all joking aside, like
that would be awesome, but unfortunately,
being a nostalgia like
concussions, like concussions
the
ain't no joke,
Danielson matches from Ring of Honor are fucking on point.
Well, why isn't he wrestling now? I thought they wouldn't let him wrestle because of an injury.
Concussions, man.
Concussion issues. Kind of like, remember Christopher DeWincy? Kind of the same thing.
Yeah, concussions are no joke. They don't like
no special severe medicine. Concussions.
That's a Bryan Danielson. No, that's a Bryan Danielson.
Different kind of concussion.
Yeah,
it's different.
He got lucky. Not everybody gets as lucky as Danielson did.
No. Nigel's, like, as far as concussions goes, is actually more severe than Danielson's. Like, and also at one point, Nigel had like a hepatitis issue too. That was the other problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that wouldn't be good.
That would be another reason why he had the hepatitis issue. So they're like, we're not touching that.
Well, the fact that he's commentating in Ring of Honor works for me right now.
I am beyond happy. I love Nigel McGuinness.
I'd be even happier if it was Nigel McGuinness and Caprice Coleman.
You can't see it now because of the hat and everything, but I've been told with spiky hair and a buzz cut and a clean shave, I look like a fat Nigel McGuinness. And I took it as a compliment.
That works. As long I'll take
it as a compliment because I love Nigel.
That would be a better Ring of Honor with just McGuinness and Coleman and kick out.
Right. That's not going to happen.
Kick out the Champions Ring of Honor commentary.
Right, but at one point I love Nigel McGuinness.
I hate Rick and Nobody.
Oh, we know.
He's a hater. Trust me, that's been well documented since like episode 1.
Ring of Honor is, I feel like you could keep AR Fox there, keep Samoa Joe there.
They're not going to, though.
I can say, though, whoever's booking down there is doing a great job down there. These episodes have been amazing.
But
I think it's the same people booking both, though. I think it's just a matter of.
What I'm trying to say is keep the roster on Ring of Honor. Stop using get the belt off of Claudio unless you're going to keep him in Ring of Honor.
Well, I think that I don't know how they're doing that. Are they really doing that? It's like are they trying to keep it separate brands, or are they just trying to?
I don't know. I feel like I've seen AR Fox more in Ring of Honor Samoa Joe, you barely see on AEW shows anymore.
True, I guess.
I mean, keep whatchamacallit, keep the wingmen on freaking Ring of Honor.
I
Though,
agree with that. I feel like what they should.
To me, that's like ECW. Oh, here's another thing you got to do. Well, you know what they're doing? Stu Grayson only represents Dark Order on Ring of Honor.
What I think they should do is, and then maybe this is just merely my opinion, but for what Ring of Honor has always been and what is always represented, and what AEW has become to represent, you just shit can Dark and Dark Elevation, right? We've just shit can that, right? That's the thing now. Rob, there's no more Dark and Dark Elevation.
Those are officially done.
What they should be doing is the guys that were competing on those shows should now be the Ring of Honor guys.
They kind of are. What's their names?
Right.
The guy from New Jersey.
Right.
And
as he should be.
Used to be in
the one Jake and JWoww, right? Yeah. As it should be. Build those guys up. Give them a platform, and then let the top tier guys work AEW.
What's his name? Cole something.
Honor is always going to be a glory.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Cole Carter.
Cole Carter and Zach, whatever.
Clayton. Yeah.
Let them work Ring of Honor, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Guys who are building be Ring of Honor, and let the AEW guys be the AEW guys.
Take the titles off of the Lucha Brothers unless you're never going to use them on AEW for a long time.
I'd be okay with them staying on Ring of Honor for a while. There's no reason why they shouldn't.
I'm saying you leave them there.
Right.
Put Vikingo, make him do, if you're going to keep using him, put him in Ring of Honor.
Right, I agree.
If you're going to, I don't know how I feel about Roosh as far as I like him on AEW TV, but he's a Ring of Honor guy.
And also, actually, and you're in agreement with you. Now that Andrade's back, I want to see what they do with him on AEW. But I feel like if they were smart,
wait, hold on, is he back?
He did the promo the other night.
What promo did he do the other night?
It was a promo with Andrade. I saw it online, and he's back.
Online? I didn't see it on
TV. Oh, because I was going to say, I didn't see it.
It wasn't on TV, but apparently he did like a behind the scenes promo. So apparently Andrade's back.
Good. I mean, Rusev, we know is not Rusev. Miro's back.
A lot of them are back, and I'm glad. I'm hoping they do stuff with them this time. There's platforms for them.
I'm glad that Grayson's back on, Grayson's back in the company one way or another. But what they need to do is put him with Vincent. They need to break him away from Dark Order, just like they did with Preston Vance.
Right. I'm done with Dark Order. Like, they were good for what they were. Like, keep Reynolds and Silver together, but after that, you don't need it. But I had a thought. You know what would be smart?
What?
They're not going to do it, but you know what would be smart? You want Claudio to drop the title and stick to AEW? Have Mark Briscoe beat him. Finally give him the Ring of Honor title. Honor his brother's memory because he was a former champion. And
he was a former
champion. But I think Mark is going to be the person who throws Joe, though. I think when they have the official rematch, Mark is going to be the person who throws Joe.
I agree with you, but I feel like you really want to tell good storytelling. You really want to honor the Briscoes and make Ring of Honor be valuable like that. Give it to Mark Briscoe.
Wait, what do you think Briscoe's going to do?
Beat Samoa Joe. Which is where they seem to be going with them.
Briscoe's going to cost the match for FTR.
They're kind of doing that conflicting thing, yeah, so I don't know. But if they were smart.
Honestly, I
mean, FTR just got an uphill battle, especially now with Karen in the company.
Yeah. Now they just turned it into TNA. But here's what I think. Danielson, Lethal, Sanjay, Briscoe, Ring of Honor.
Right.
Let Ring of Honor be Ring of Honor.
I agree.
Yes, put Top Flight or leave what's his name, Andretti in Ring of Honor. That's fine. Keep Danielson and not Danielson, Christopher Daniels and what the frick is his name? My Time to Play. Thank you, Matt Sydal in Ring of Honor. Keep those two only in Ring of Honor.
They're trying to do that, but I feel like they're doing it awkwardly. Like, I get it on both ends. Like,
keep the Kingdom in Ring of Honor. You know what I'm saying? These are guys, and
I feel like what they're doing in Ring of Honor, which is kind of cool, is that they're bringing outside guys into Ring of Honor and having them work strictly Ring of Honor and not AEW, which is actually,
I think that's smart too.
Like, when the fact that they're having Zack Sabre Jr. on Ring of Honor but not AEW is a smart move.
And here's another thing. When
Robbie
the new
Eagles too.
When the new show comes,
Oh yeah, Robbie Eagles was on Ring of Honor that time. That's right.
That's true. He was. When the new show happens, we have to start having more, like almost like a brand split, but you got to have the guys you're not using on one show, you got to use more on the other show.
Well, that's what I mean. You don't have to do a formal brand split, but feature guys strictly on one show more than the other. Even like New Japan was doing that with Strong for a while during the pandemic. It was great.
Why can't Ring of Honor be on TBS or TNT? Why can't? Because
he tried to, he couldn't find a TV deal for him. That's why he had to put him on Honor Club. That's
the problem with Impact too. They need what's going to make these better shows right now is network television. But I mean, at some point,
the problem is
that the way of network is kind of going on the wayside.
Well, that's the problem. That's what's hurting a lot of new wrestling companies. That's why NWA is on YouTube, and that's why
Actually, NWA is not on YouTube. They're on Fight.
Aren't they back on YouTube?
No, not anymore. They went back to YouTube.
Oh,
didn't they go back to YouTube?
Yeah, NWA they were on Fight.
After what Corgan did to Aldis, I kind of lost respect for the company anyway.
Apparently he did Aldis dirty, right, or something. What happened with that? I forget.
Aldis was. Can I start to tell? Well, Aldis.
Go ahead.
Aldis, and you can chime in. Aldis was going to give his notice, like it was a 6-month notice.
Right.
But Tony Corgan turned around and said, "You know what? No, you're suspended."
That's stupid.
No, also what happened is too was Mickey James wanted to do like an empowered, second Western Empowered event, and Billy Corgan was like, "Well, no, because like women, like apparently I think Corgan just said to her that like what like the first one didn't really sell out or nothing like that." Which from what I heard was kind of a lie, and Aldis got like kind of offended that he said that to his wife. So that really started the tension between the two.
RJ and the Pickles. RJ Pickles.
What's the brand that MJF keeps pushing?
I gotta buy those pickles. Hang on.
I want to find those.
I know.
These are tempting. These are pretty good.
Let's find it because we're a bunch of consumption people.
I would like the pickles that MJF eats.
Better than your dill. They're sold out right now, and the brand is Kalen Pickles.
Kalen Pickles.
Kalen. It's twice. Apparently, they're all sold out right now.
You know why? Thank you, MJF.
Because MJF is a god. MJF is the man. Rod, you're wrong. MJF is one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no.
You know what I would do? I would do picklebacks with his pickles. I would get a PBR, and I would put a MJF pickle right in my beer, and I would drink it right now if I had them. I would. I am that big of an MJF mark.
Thing is, that company was a company before MJF. He's just kind of making them relevant, I guess.
Well, that's what big names do to products. That's the whole point of that. Well, that's where that comes from. It's all a cash grab. 90% of everything's a cash grab, but you know that already.
Yeah.
Rod, what shirt are you wearing? Curiosity. I see that we both have Canadian wrestlers on our shirts. What shirt are you wearing, Roddy?
It's a plain old gray tee.
Okay.
What?
I had my Jay Briscoe on yesterday.
I like the Briscoes.
Briscoes. Briscoes were
Well,
the.
I did get me a couple of new action figures. I got me that Cody Rhodes AEW figure, and I got me Thunder Rosa.
You would support Thunder Rosa.
Screw you!
Oh, I'm coming from the dude that supports CM Punk, please.
It's the same character. It's fine. I don't complain. I actually don't hate Thunder Rosa though. That's the whole thing.
Screw you, Rod.
Hey, stop hating.
Son, you're supporting the CM Punk of the women's division of AEW.
Yeah, no,
We're also talking about the same Rod who was how many hours late?
Oh my god.
The evidence at the beginning of the show.
The proof is in the pudding, Rod Hancock. Hot Rod 521. Man, shoot, stop hating. Bite down, hater.
Wait a
Rod is
minute.
going to hate us after this episode and never talk to us again.
Wait a minute.
Oh, trust me, that was the case. That would have been happened.
What did Kay call him?
Who?
Robert Kay gave him another name on our show.
Oh God, I can't remember. That's because him and Robert Kay go way back. They're like homies.
Didn't he call you like Roderick or something? What was it?
Rodriguez, maybe.
Rodriguez, thank you.
That's his real name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rodriguez is his real name. Rodriguez is his birth name.
Hmm.
If you look up Hot Rod's birth certificate, it says Rodriguez.
Uh-huh.
Which it does.
It was on the show, though. It was on the show, and it was never edited out either.
I don't edit things out. We shoot from the hip, gentlemen. Gentlemen, what we do is from the hip. It is real. It has heart. We keep it. There is no filters on us.
Famous last words.
Censorship.
Famous last words.
Don't care. We are legit. We shoot from the hip. There's no restriction.
Where do we go from here, though? We got the.
We hit a little bit of everything without actually hitting anything. We are fucking fantastic, gentlemen.
That's how we roll.
We have Night of Champions, Roman Reigns, and Sikoa.
Solo against KO and Zing.
So yes, let's go. I think let's touch Night of Champions then. Let's keep a little structure, gentlemen. You're leaving the guy drinking beer to structure things. God bless you too.
The structure.
Right. Who believes the structure? Right. Yeah. So
I got a feeling the Usos are either going to purposely cause a Roman and Solo this match, or it's going to be accidental, and Roman's really going to flip.
No, Roman and Sikoa are going to win because Roman Reigns is going to win every title ever. Because Roman Reigns is the GOAT.
He ain't winning every title, so that's
Can you explain that TikTok thing to me, by the way?
Yes, I did. Because it's going to be reality. He's going to win the tag titles. He's going to win the NBA championship. He's going to win the Super Bowl next year. He's going to win the Stanley Cup next year.
Did you see the one I showed you?
Yeah,
I think
it's with the paper title. Yup.
Did you see the one that I showed you with that dude suplex?
Yep.
He's like a TikToker where he's watching like John Wick 5.
Yep. Also, Rod, hide your championship belts.
Yeah, sir. Oh yeah.
Seriously, hide them. Roman Reigns is coming for your belts, Rod.
Great. That was
There's
great.
a belt for Roman to be had. Roman's going to take your titles. Even though he wants them. He wants your belts. All we have to do is make a phone call to Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman is going to tell the tribal chief he's going to take your titles.
Oh my God!
Turn the camera back on.
Again, it's a real thing. It's real life, bro. I would not lie to you. Roman
you
Reigns
got
is
the
coming
ice.
for you. He's coming for you, Hot Rod.
Yes.
Right.
Here's
You
how
also
competitive
got-
Roman Reigns is. He's coming for all 7 of your EOW championships too.
Leave
For
it-
fantasy wrestling.
leave
I would
it
love
to
to have Roman
Rod.
in the league.
Leave
Hey,
it to
Roman is
Rod
only
to
welcome
be
to come
the
in the
one
fantasy league.
to end Roman's reign.
Rod, he's coming for your EOW
Did
titles
you
too.
hear what I said?
Oh, I
Leave
would
it
be
to
more than
Rod
happy to.
To be
I
the
will
one to
roll out the
defeat
red
Roman
carpet
Reigns.
and
Imagine.
welcome Roman Reigns into
I
the
can.
ELW Fantasy League.
I could see you like being the one to defeat Roman Reigns.
Hell's yeah,
And-
everyone goes around there by 21 man shoot.
Oh, I have to
I
call
don't know.
BTG. I can make that happen.
Imagine
Yeah.
that. Like, who's Roman Reigns' next opponent in I don't know, like in Long Island? Roman Reigns is defending his title, and Rod shows up and somehow, some weird way, beats him for the title.
I'll pull a Santino.
Because Vinny the Guido will buy out Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns will lay down for him.
Hey, I'll pull Santino Morella. Come off the
Or
crowd
like-
with the championship.
The
Or
Long
the
Island
bloodline
Miracle,
turns
Hot Rod
on Roman
521.
Reigns. The bloodline turns on Roman Reigns, and Hot Rod's just standing there confused, and then he just pins Roman 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
and then we got Mr. Main Event, the new. That would be great.
With the Jets jersey and mask and everything.
Hell's yeah.
Hey, Rod.
And then they're like, you're gonna have to wear a different mask in another state, and he'd have
And
to
then
like.
Rod's like, man, shoot, stop hating. The Jets are the greatest. Hey, Rod, when was the last time the Jets
No
did
lies
anything noteworthy?
detected.
Make him wear
Rod,
an
when was the last time the
Islanders
Jets did
jersey.
anything noteworthy?
Make him wear an Islanders jersey.
Oh, getting Aaron Rodgers this offseason. Man's only a 3-time, league MVP. So
So here's
Make
the thing.
Rod lose or win with a Islanders jersey. Rod
Here's
would
the
love
kicker.
that.
yeah, absolutely not. You would
Here's
never
the
get to wear
kicker.
that crap.
He's going to wrestle in UBS, and they're going to tell him, Rod, you have to wear an Islanders jersey for the cheap pop.
Absolutely not. Nah. I don't care how much money Kevin Dunn in the offing. Like, that's a hard pass.
Why do you hate the Islanders so bad?
That's a hard pass.
Why
But
do you hate
seriously, the way they're building Roman Reigns, it's going to take someone like Hot Rod to beat Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns?
No,
Just
way.
like
That might be a bad idea.
But I hate is the idea that Rod will not wear a Islanders jersey in UBS Arena when Raw goes to UBS. Or SmackDown, rather, because he's technically SmackDown. So when SmackDown goes to UBS, I'm offended that you will not wear an Islanders jersey for the cheap pop in UBS.
No,
You know what?
no.
You know what makes no sense to me? Why they're having SmackDown wrestlers wrestle for a title that's supposed to stay on Raw.
Because that winner will probably go to Raw.
Or why the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions are on SmackDown.
They'll find a
Well,
way.
According to what they said was they compare all 3 brands, whoever the NXT Women's Tag Champions are.
Right.
Wait, what? Oh.
Just like how the WWE Women's Tag Team wasn't compare all 3 brands, so can NXT Women. I'm all for that personally.
They'll find a way to manipulate it where someone in NXT will beat them and it'll be fine.
Well, Battleground's coming up, so.
Right. But
Oh.
hey, I'm happy one of my favorite tag teams is back. So
Who's back?
Do you know who's your favorite tag?
Yulissa Leon and Valentina Flores.
Yeah, I was
Yulissa
about to
Leon's
say
recovering from
They
injury.
actually were on SmackDown. I thought that was kind of weird.
I was happy.
Unless they're like competing for the NXT titles, it's like those two are like losing on SmackDown. They're not going to last.
Right.
Well, that was her first match back in like almost a year. So
I'm going to AED for a split second and go back to where my key point is. So I've had like GCW in the background this whole time. Even though he's like a Dalton Castle carbon copy, Effie is 1,000 times better than Dalton Castle could ever be.
How come? Like I keep
Yeah, let's
hearing
not go
about
nuts
this
now.
Effie,
Well, let's
but
not
I've
go
never
nuts
seen this
now.
Effie anywhere else. Like, why isn't Effie on Impact? You know?
That's all right. I've been watching the New Japan Battle Best of Super Juniors, and I've been watching Mike Bailey and GCW, and then when everybody's like, "Oh, Mike Bailey," I'm like, "Oh, that's that guy from GCW." That's how
Mike
you know I don't
Bailey's
watch
from
Impact.
Impact.
Right, and I realized that it's the same guy because I don't follow Impact.
Yeah.
Because who watches
And I
Impact
think
besides you two?
that GCW show yesterday was really good. That was a
Yeah.
really good show yesterday.
I'm like half watching it right now. It's good.
Mr. Grace has been in a lot of Impact main events lately.
Who?
Mr. Grace.
Gresham.
Jonathan Gresham, yes.
Oh, good old Gresham. I love Gresham though.
Yeah, I know. I mean, truthfully, he should be the one to beat Steve Macklin because you know what? Like, he's just as athletic and talented as Alexander.
I love Jonathan Gresham. I'm a mark. I own my shit.
I want to say this right now. You know, congrats to him winning, but this whole notion that Kushida shouldn't have been in that match was bullshit. He proved he deserved to be in that match.
Kushida is fantastic. Also, gentlemen, we're trying on air, or actually I've had it already, but we're going to drink it. The Jones Beach Brewery West End Watermelon Beer.
Long Island beer, go for it.
Because I tell people this, people want to hate it because I'm like, Impact knows how to use their talent. You ever seen Kushida in a world title match on the main event on a major pay-per-view against Roman Reigns? Fuck no.
Hey, look, Blake Christian might actually win a match.
He has won matches, but
Not on
like
TV.
No, he won like a match on Ring of Honor, I'm thinking.
Yeah,
like one time. And like one or two times on Strong. That was it.
I mean, he is good job, Blake Christian, at the end of the day, but still.
True. But I'm breaking chops. All right.
What was his name in NXT, Rod?
Trey Baxter.
Trey Baxter, okay.
Oh yeah, that wasn't him. I forgot that he wasn't Blake Christian in NXT.
Same gimmick. Losing.
He never won. I kind of like that Steve Macklin's a champ in Impact, though. I'm not going to hold you. Even though I don't like Impact, I like that he's a champ.
I want to see it, too. I've been wanting to see it for a long time, and I'm glad it's happened. I want to see
it. Sucks Josh got hurt, though. That would have been a hell of a match.
The dynamic couple of the champions in Impact, I might have to almost support it.
They're married, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The power couple is the champions.
Yeah, they are. But you know what? It's their time. Macklin didn't get a fair shot in WWE.
And we all know who we got to blame. We all know who we got to thank for that.
Oh, what's his face? The guy's not even in WWE anymore.
None of them are.
Yeah.
Jackson Riker. Who somehow got the push after all of them, which was bullshit.
Right? He's the reason why, because they were supposed to beat the New Day for the titles until he came out with that dumbass statement that he said, which I'm not even going to repeat because it's not worth repeating. And yeah, he lasted longer than all three of them.
Rod, you're offending my conservative side right now.
Oh my God.
Which I find very interesting because the head of WWE was a supporter of the person that Riker was talking about.
So that's probably why he got to stay there longer. That's why he was the last one standing. Until they realized he has no personality.
Jackson Riker sucked. They fucked up by letting him beat Elias. Elias is the fucking GOAT. And
Gunner.
Wasn't
Jackson Riker Gunner?
Yes.
Yes, he was.
And wasn't the guy in NWA Murphy?
Yes, you said Judas or whatever. Judas.
Yeah, whatever. Was he Murphy? Yeah, stupid.
What the hell do they call him?
Jedias, yeah, the priest of punishment Jedias.
I think it was weird though because they had the other Judah guy in Impact.
Yeah, Judas Messias,
Yeah.
who ironically enough was also managed by the Sinister Minister.
Exactly.
I don't know.
I
I don't want
man.
Impact. It's boring.
Hi, Joe Hater. I'm hyped for the Crockett Cup, but it's gonna be a bit emotional though. This year's Crockett Cup,
Why's that?
considering who last year's winners was.
I don't follow NWO, unfortunately, like that. Who are they? Remind me.
The Briscoes.
Yeah, okay. All right, fair.
The Briscoes was a tag team that was a great tag team that never went to where they should have gone.
Apparently, they had a tryout, and WWE thought they were not cosmetically pleasing and didn't sign them.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, basically, because
In the meantime, the Bushwhackers got signed.
Different time.
Yeah, they were
Right.
they were the modern day like version of if the Bushwhackers were like more rugged and hardcore, that's the Briscoes.
Yeah, but and even if you watch like the Bushwhackers WWE compared to like their older shit, it wasn't the same.
The Bushwhackers,
The
if the
Sheep Murders were
Bushwhackers
dominant heels, dude.
and the Dudley Boys kind of had, were kind of cloned together, and they would be the Briscoes.
Yeah, kinda. I miss Devon Dudley wrestling. I wish that Reverend Devon would have had a better chance.
Didn't one of the Bushwhackers pass away?
Yeah, Butch just passed away
Yeah.
Yeah, Butch passed away like 2 months ago, if that.
I met Luke a while back.
Oh,
yeah.
and while we were on the subject of people passing away, rest in peace to the superstar Billy Graham.
Yes, very sad stuff. Rest in peace, Billy Graham.
The guy who rocked the Steiner beard first.
The OG Steiner beard, yeah.
Yeah, what they said about him was true though. He was 20 years too soon.
Who?
Superstar Billy Graham.
In a lot of ways, yes, he was.
I was watching his DVD the other day. Yeah, he was before his time, well before his time.
Right. If he was 15 younger, he would have been one of the biggest names in wrestling. Like he is anyway, for the era he was in, but he would have had more of a name if he was about 15 years younger.
Yeah.
Actually, no. How old was he when he died? He was like 70s, right?
Yeah.
I would say even like 10 years younger, he probably would have been better set. Because he's about, what, 10 years older than Hulk Hogan? Give or take?
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, if he was 10 years younger, he would have been good. Because, again, Hulk Hogan caught the breaks Graham did because he was 10 years younger. Which is why I will catch the breaks in life that you two won't because I'm 5 and 7 years younger than you. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, my God.
You guys are old men. Hey, I'm the only guy on this podcast that's in his 30s.
That is true.
Calm down.
Well, if anything, I'll be in my 50s before either of you, so you guys got that going.
Yeah, that's all right. My girlfriend just turned 30.
Wow.
Yeah. So I realized more of my life with her I'll be in a different decade than her.
Aren't you 33 though?
36.
Oh, okay.
My brother's 33.
Okay, so you're 30. Okay.
So where are we? We're in May. So in 2.5 months, I'll be 37.
Clerks.
Yeah, like literally. Like literally, though.
But all right. I don't know. It's 3:00. So where do you guys want to go?
What did we not hit? I feel like actually I'm looking at the cards, but actually I was trying to keep order in this. We touched a lot on Resurgence. We didn't quite touch everything, but we touched it out of order. We touched a lot of Double or Nothing out of order.
So Resurgence, you got.
We'll do a rundown we'll do quick ones of each, and we'll hit the key points we didn't hit.
Okay, go.
So Resurgence, we have Alex Coughlin and Christopher Daniels, the opening match. I think Daniels is going to win that just because Daniels. DKC is wrestling Bateman as a kickoff match.
you think
I think
that?
Coughlin might win to give him some momentum for his pure title match coming up against Shibata.
Wait a minute. Bateman's wrestling in New Japan, but he's not wrestling in Ring of Honor? That's weird.
He might not. I don't know if it's a contract deal or what it is, but yeah, he's working New Japan and not Ring of Honor right now.
Because he was in Ring of Honor first. He should be with the Rod.
Righteous.
He should be, right. I know. I noticed that too.
Rod is good. If I forget a name, Rod remembers.
No, I noticed that too. That he hasn't been with them. I don't know why he's not. Maybe there's reasons. I don't know. But
it's him and the other guy. It's Vinny and
Butch.
Thank you.
Who's there?
Skibby Dutch. Skibby, not Butch Dutch. Skibby. Yeah, I saw
it's Vincent and Dutch, and then Bateman was with them, but it's just Vincent and Dutch and Ring of Honor right now.
What's her name's not with them right now?
Yeah, Vita Von Star.
Vita.
Right.
She's not with them right now. By the way,
she's all over doing indies right now.
Why isn't Veda in any of the promotions?
Same way Matt Cardona isn't either.
Because Mike Bailey's wife, I'm surprised she did commentary for the AEW's women's tag. She was in Impact for a small amount of time. Why the hell isn't she like in any of the other companies right now?
Some people like the free agent status.
Some people might be in between deals. Like, look at Matt Cardona. He's not signed to anything right now. He's literally working the indies. And he's making as much money in the indies as he would be an Impact or WWE anyway, so let him be.
Yes. I mean, his wife is making that WWE money, and he's nowhere to be found right now.
Yeah, but in hindsight, he's making better money on the indies than he was in WWE. Because he wasn't making... Like, the lower card guys don't make that much money in WWE. Like, they do okay, but they're not, rolling in dough.
So let me ask you a question. If you're doing, super well, he also knows, Colt Cabana, how to do merch and all that stuff. So if you're having a great career in the indies, why would you want to go to the bigger, you know what I mean?
Well, that's kind of where Matt Cardona is right now, and that's the whole point what I was trying to make, is that he's doing as good in the indies making his own schedule as he was on TV. I think the appeal of the bigger companies is the TV. I think that's it. It's not necessarily the money, it's the TV and the what you can do for exposure. I don't think it's about the money.
Perfect example, WWE, they was trying to sign Jeff Cobb, and he did not turn them down because the money was bad. He actually would have made more money. The contract that he got from New Japan and WWE, the WWE money was a lot more. That was not the reason why he turned down WWE.
Also Jeff Cobb also probably liked his schedule currently because he's doing a lot of good stuff himself.
Yeah.
Even though I wouldn't mind seeing Jeff Cobb in WWE, but I feel like he's another one. Like, where would you hit? Where would his pillar be? Like, where would his glass ceiling be in WWE? Like, would he be a dominant guy or not really?
I mean, honestly, you would put him in a tag team with Jonah, a.k.a.
Bronson Reed.
Thank you.
Yep.
I was waiting for Rod to do that.
Yeah,
I feel like what's funny? I feel like that's exactly what they would do with him.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. That's what I would see, what they would do with him. He's not a big
dude. He's built, but he's not tall. He's kind of on this. He's big, but he's not tall. So I feel like no one would take.
He's kind of like a little bit bigger version of Taz, basically. They're probably around the same height, but he's probably he's more muscular.
Bronson Reed
to me else kind of has that going for them in Japan. Tomohiro
Bronson Reed is the WWE's Jeff Cobb.
Kinda. He's bigger than Jeff Cobb though. He's taller and he's way heavier. In Cobb's defense, if you watch him from Lucha Underground to now, even though he's still big, he's definitely cut some weight from his Matanza days. He's definitely cut some weight in the last few years. Not a ton of weight, but he's still big.
Yeah, a lot of people. It's funny too because a lot of people don't realize that he was in Lucha Underground for a while.
He was, yeah.
He did the Matanza Cueto thing in MLW, didn't he? When he came out as Jeff Cobb, and he took it over and he was Jeff Cobb.
Yeah,
yeah.
He was in MLW. Was he Matanza and he wanted to be in Jeff Cobb? I love Jeff Cobb.
He was on team. A couple of years ago, he was on Team Hammerstone for the War Champion match against Alcantara.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Which is funny because he's working babyface in MLW, but he's a heel in New Japan. Go figure.
He started as a face in New Japan.
Yeah, and then he joined United Empire.
United Empire, correct.
But he was a heel. The one appearance on AEW, he was a heel. He was with Chris Jericho.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
he fought Mox.
that is true. Yeah, that kind of sucked. That he got to be on Dynamite a few times because of what he ended up doing in Forbidden Door.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Poor dog. Sorry. ADD.
United Empire, they're doing great things, but
United Empire right now is probably my favorite faction in New Japan.
So Resurgence.
Let's touch on that. Yes. So going back to Resurgence, we touched on Coughlin and Daniels. DKC is fighting Bateman. Saber and Bad Dude Tito are facing two guys, Barbaro, Cavernario, and Virus. I don't know who they are.
Bad Dude Tito?
CMLL guys. They're CMLL guys.
Yeah, they're CMLL guys, yeah.
Who's Bad Dude Tito?
He's the guy that was teaming with Jonah in New Japan before he went back as Bronson Reed.
Okay.
On Strong. They're doing like the pseudo tournament for the Strong Women's Championship. First round is Mercedes Moné against Stephanie Vaquer. Obviously Mercedes is going to win the match, and Willow Nightingale is facing against Momo Cogno, so that's a match to watch. Willow is going to be on New Japan Resurgence tonight.
No, she's like everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, she's another one. Yeah, because again, a lot of those like, I feel like the workhorse journeyman types are the ones that you're going to see everywhere, like with the current state of wrestling.
To me, Willow Nightingale's Ring of Honor, because I'm pretty sure that's where she started.
I think so, yeah. But she also had her Fred Rosser and Juice Robinson are going to be in a street fight.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah.
That's going to be a good one. We touched on that. Hikuleo and Kenta we touched on. That one can go either way, because I feel like even though Hikuleo's a champion and like they're pushing Hikuleo for like Strong, because he barely works Japan. But then again, even Kenta doesn't work New Japan and Japan that much either. So we'll see. We touched on the Moxley Yuta Shota match against Okada and Ishii and Romero. Tanahashi.
And then the finals.
Yeah, we touched on the Tanahashi Ospreay match, and the winner is going to face Archer, and the winner is going to face Omega. And then the winner of those two matches are going to face for the Strong Women's title. You know, it's going to be Willow and Mercedes in the finals, and Mercedes is going to win. Nothing against
Ooh, but how big of an upset would that be though if Willow was able to pull it off?
It would be a great upset, but I feel like Rod, like I'm not hating on Willow because she's great, but I feel like they're really trying to build Mercedes for the New Japan women's side of things. Like, yeah, she's working Stardom and the New Japan little bit of women's they do. They're trying to really push her as like the focal point because she's like that American name.
Even though, well, yeah, I get. Well, even though the name she's on wasn't the name that made her big.
No, but
yeah, but I know what you're saying.
But I will say this: my girlfriend was very upset when she left WWE and she couldn't use Sasha Banks as her avatar anymore on Peacock.
Oh boy,
lame-o.
A girl who doesn't watch wrestling, she loves Sasha Banks.
Well, now she could love Mercedes Moné.
She does. No, her favorites are like her, and she loves Jungle Boy. She loves Jack Perry.
She's the CEO of the women's division.
She is.
So
yeah, we pretty much like hit like all of Resurgence by default. Like I'm looking at like the cards as we're like talking about.
What's the main event of Resurgence?
It's the winner of the two women's matches.
Yeah,
it'll probably be Sasha and Mercedes and Willow will probably be the main event.
And the main event for champions is probably going to be the
Rollins AJ.
Yeah, so yeah, we touched on that. It's Rhodes and Lesnar, which we touched on. We touched on the Owens and Sammy against the Bloodline. We even touched on Gunther and Mustafa to a point.
How cool is that, by the way?
What?
The fact that the guy who is like so low in the mid card is now main eventing, considered a main eventer for WWE.
Right.
and it took him leaving WWE to become a main eventer.
Usually what happens, unfortunately.
Well, we thought that would happen for Drew McIntyre, but unfortunately, when he was a main eventer, it was during a period where no one was in a live crowd.
Yeah, like he carried the company during the worst time in the history of the world. Not just professional wrestling, one of the worst times in the history of the world.
And I feel that he should become champion again because he never really had a chance to be the champion in front of a live
I heard he's
crowd.
negotiating. I heard he might not renew.
I thought he did renew.
He might be gone.
thought-
No, that's the
He didn't
rumors
renew
right
yet.
now.
No, he did not.
Yeah.
He's in negotiation still. That's why they're
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
a little bit less with him. They're not using him, but they're using him less because they don't know where to go with him because he may not renew. But you could kind of tell with wrestlers where they kind of teeter with them. What a lot of times, if you actually like dissect in history, like when they teeter with guys, it's because in real life they're negotiating contracts. So it's like they're making them look strong on TV, but they're not overdoing them because they may not have them to overdo anything with.
My question is, if he leaves, if he were to leave WWE, where would you put Drew Galloway? You don't want to put him in the mix with AEW right now. You don't, and in Impact, I mean, I guess you could bring him back to Impact and put him against Aldis and because it's going to be Aldis and Macklin at some point. So you could put him up against one of the.
I mean, with time, he could work that angle because of his like background, his like work rate. You could actually do some good stuff with that. I feel like McIntyre is in an interesting spot. Like McIntyre
was an Impact champion.
Yes, he was.
So
he's also the grand champion too.
What happened?
Oh, you know what I think that WWE
he's still to this day the only person to ever successfully cash in the Feast of Fire briefcase for the world title. He's still the only person ever to do it.
Why haven't they done McIntyre Night yet? Because Eli Drake actually debuted with McIntyre with Galloway.
Oh yeah, the Rising.
Maybe
with Micah.
Maybe they're working towards it. We don't know. We don't. Again, it depends on if McIntyre renews or not. I'm sure at the 11th hour that McIntyre will renew because most of them do, but you never know.
I don't see McIntyre not unless they don't put him in a championship position. I mean, I really don't see where you could put McIntyre in.
What I was hoping to have happen this year was McIntyre going to finally get the US title and become Grand Slam, and Sheamus was going to get the IC title and finally become Grand Slam. I mean, those have been two of your workhorses. Let them become Grand Slam champions.
Let's talk about a WWE guy that got lost in the shuffle in AEW named Trent Seven.
Yeah.
He was there for like 1 or 2 matches, and we haven't heard from him since.
Yeah, he's over in the UK right now winning championships.
Well, we don't know what his deal is.
I mean, we never know. For all we know, he could be getting brought back for when NXT Europe comes back on. When NXT Europe comes on.
I thought they got rid of the NXT UK.
They're
rebranding. They're rebranded to NXT Europe, which is supposed to come out sometime.
You know something? That didn't make any sense to me either. NXT.
I got a feeling it's going to start around the time Money in the Bank is going to happen.
It should have been NXT International because what's her name? The women's champion is not from the UK, and it's called NXT UK.
Oh, you're talking about Miko?
Yeah, Miko said
the reason why you haven't seen her. Well, I know Blair's injured, but Miko, the reason why you haven't seen her is because visa issues.
What about Blair?
She's injured again.
She's AKA
Priestley. Yeah, she's injured. Miko's having freaking visa issues, which if it's not injuries, that's been a big thing in keeping wrestlers off TV now. Lately, it's been visa issues.
You know who's just as bad with the vignettes as Impact? NXT.
I ain't gonna lie, though, I'm curious to see who's gonna be the woman that's gonna take responsibility for all those attacks.
That's a thing too. I feel like they've been doing these attacks, and yet, just like with Kenta, they kind of dropped it. I don't understand why they are doing that.
Oh no, because just last weekend the woman tried to take out Danny Palmer but was unsuccessful. Whoever that woman is.
Danny who?
Danny Palmer. She's so Luca's best friend.
Who is Danny Palmer again?
She had that debut a couple weeks ago against Tatum Paxley.
Oh, okay. So yeah, whatever happened to Nikita Lyons?
She got injured. She ACL surgery.
And we don't know who injured her on TV.
Leon.
Unless they bring that in this new storyline. There's a bunch of stuff that they're like screwing up with. Like that, and they're screwing up with scripts. Script sucks.
Well, he's done now. I mean, he when he lost to Axiom unmaxed him.
Oh,
like we didn't know who Script was. Yeah, he unmaxed him.
And did they say, "Oh, it's Reggie" or whatever?
No, only was like, "Oh my God, do you know who that is?" But they didn't say his official name. But yeah.
What do we hit on? I'm sorry, guys. Where we touching
We're
on?
talking about like when Axiom unmasked Scripts.
Who?
When Axiom unmasked Scripts a few weeks ago when they had that one-on-one match.
Oh, he unmasked?
Yeah, Axiom, he unmasked Scripts. So
Script was like the scripts vignettes did not match the wrestler. Everything that they were doing with scripts did not match scripts, and that's what sucked.
Oh, that was what's his face, right? The scripts was the So what happened with Axiom and Scripts?
They had a match and Axiom won. Axiom was helping him to his feet, being a good sport. Scripts tried to attack him. Axiom blocked the punch. They started brawling. Axiom grabbed the mask, ripped it off to reveal Reggie to everybody.
So Reggie's done as Scripts.
Yes.
That's stupid.
I think they should unmask
Was that on purpose, or did they just decide that Scripts was a shitty gimmick and they shit canned it?
A-Kid was great as A-Kid.
I liked A-Kid.
I agree.
Just like what
Chuck, I'm gonna need your help with something real quick because I've never done this before, so I'm gonna need your help with something.
What's up?
How do I order an event on New Japan World? Like, how would I order Ressurgence?
Oh, you're trying to order it? All right, so I'm gonna do this with you. Let me just get a clean website so I can do this with you. So I'm gonna order it too.
While you're doing it, what match are they resurrecting on WWE? In WWE, that was never really a main event, a main roster WWE rivalry.
So Rod, what you have to do is you have the two news when you go on the website, and there's the English commentary and the Japanese. You pick the one you want.
Oh, so you guys go on the website. I can't order it from New Japan World itself.
No, you have to go on the New Japan World website. Go on NewJapanWorld.com.
The site or the app?
I don't do it on the app. I do it on the website because I don't have the app. I have it technically. I have it on my smart TV in the living room. But either way, you go on it, and it'll prompt. There's a section new, where it's new material.
Can we do this after the show?
Yeah, can we do this, Rod? I'll call you after. Is that fair? Yeah, let's finish our thought.
That's fine. All right, that's fine.
Let's not ADD. I know we're kind of putting a pin in this suit. So
JD McDonough versus Balor looks like is going to happen soon.
Oh, JD might be joining Judgment Day.
Yo, JD joining Judgment Day. I would mark him. Didn't Balor train JD though? Like, isn't that their whole story?
Not only did he do that, he beat him. He already had his match with Jordan Devlin.
Yes, in UK, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, that was on the first ever UK.
It was like the first. I think it was the first pay-per-view actually, or like the second one.
Yeah, because the original match was supposed to be on Jordan Devlin and it gets Travis Banks, but he took out Travis Banks, and that's when they had Balor take his place.
Yep. But All right, I think I'm done. I think we've done enough. Unless you want to keep going.
I'm trying to think. What did we not hit? Is the question. If you guys have anything you want to hit, we can hit it. If not, I'm good too. But what do we? I feel like we ADD hit everything all over the place. Like we literally hit.
I think like I'll be like, well, I will say this though. A week from today, for the first time on U.S. soil, we're going to get a Heritage Cup title match.
Oh no, I'm going Dragon Lee, which I'm so stoked about. I hope Dragon Lee wins because I love Dragon Lee and I'm a mark. I said it.
I want Dragon Lee to be the next North American champion, to be honest with you.
I love Dragon Lee. Dude, I'm so happy. You know what else I'm really happy about? Unrelated to that? I'm loving Carl Fredericks in NXT.
I feel like he hasn't really done anything in NXT yet.
Give him time.
Yeah, I mean, he's looked good though. Like he's looked good on Level Up.
Give him time. That's the point.
And there was another guy who started on NXT who just disappeared.
Who?
I thought it was Carl Fredrickson, but it was another guy who looked like I don't know. There was a guy who wrestled 2 matches on NXT, and I haven't seen him since.
Might have been him.
Maybe it wasn't, but
I know he's like he did the promo on NXT like a week or two ago.
It was like he's about to have like what's it with Damon Kemp?
With who?
Damon Kemp.
Who's that?
That was the dude that turned on Diamond Mine and Costa Creek Brothers. The tag titles.
Yeah.
Gable Stevens' little brother.
Oh, you mean the guy who's actually wrestling more than his older brother?
Yeah, like literally.
Yes. Didn't they give that guy a push like 2 years ago and he just disappeared?
Yeah. Yeah.
And yet his brother is doing.
Yeah, I think he's freaking. I think he came out with battle with Wolf Parkinson's disease or something like that. I think it's central disease. MVP had it once.
Right.
I think he's still might be recovering from that.
Raquel Gonzalez is she? What is she now? Is she Raquel Gonzalez or what name is she going by?
Rodriguez.
Oh, it's Raquel Rodriguez now.
Yeah.
Her team is stuck in my damn head.
And they had to give it the titles because both Liv and Dakota got hurt in that title match.
Right, they both got injured, right?
Yeah.
Are they real injuries?
Yes, they're legit injuries. That's why they had to give it the titles.
Yep, that's why I dropped. That's why in our fantasy league I dropped Damage Control, not Britt, because I realized that she got hurt, and I'm like, nah, there's no point. And I love Britt.
You know what?
And the Raw and not this upcoming Raw, but the following Raw is going to be a fatal 4-way to crown the new champion.
You know what I love?
I got a feeling Shayna and Ronda are winning.
I love how Rod makes you drop certain wrestlers, and then a week later they come back and.
Right, because I'm
Rod
sure
jaded, tilted fantasy league.
They weren't injured.
Actually, you know what? I'm no longer hating on Rod's fantasy league because I'm now a Hall of Famer, and I'm not hating on his league anymore.
I mean,
hey, Rod made me a Hall of Famer. I can't hate anymore.
We all know that Rod does what Rod does to screw other people over so he could win.
Hey, remember when you got wait. Remember when you got more points for playing games than having wrestling matches?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Street Profits got 1 million points because they played games against the Viking Raiders.
Yes. And the New Day won like hokey pokey or some nonsense.
And you got more points winning the hokey pokey than you did for the championship title match they had a week later. Rod, this is because your rules are tilted, apparently.
Right.
Rod, I'm no longer complaining. I'm retired. I'm good. After this season,
why I'm surprised that Rod doesn't give himself points every time there's like a wedding on TV.
Right, because a wedding is in the competition. I never heard of a wedding being a competition.
But because it's a wedding, it's a special occasion. Instead of getting a appearance point, you get 20 appearance points.
Oh yeah, because it's not a competition. That's why you don't get a freaking math toys for wedding because it's
Okay,
not a
Rod, if
competition.
this was 30 years ago and it was the Macho Man Miss Elizabeth one at SummerSlam, you would have given that segment 30 points for appearances.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have, but okay.
If we had done this 30 years ago, you would have given Macho Man Miss Elizabeth 30 points.
Pretty much.
Right.
Could you? But seriously, could you imagine doing fantasy wrestling like 30 years ago with like the height of like entertainment WWF? That would be fun.
WCW 30 years ago.
Right, 30 years ago. Could you imagine doing fantasy 30 years ago with the talent and the shit that was going on then? The thing is, if you break it down, you wouldn't get the points you would today because it wasn't the same then.
Yeah, because you didn't have like, because Raw just started in '93, so
the numbers are the same, but it'd be fun.
You had the big 4 pay-per-views plus the King of the Ring. That was it, and plus whatever WCW pay-per-views. So you really only had like 2 companies you really would have been choosing from.
That was annoying.
That's true. That is true, Roddy.
And on that note, because
they started women, forget about it. There would have been no women really for you to pick.
Right.
We had like 2 females. You had like 2 females to choose
I want to tap out.
You want to tap out? I think we've hit everything we needed to. We touched on Battleground. I'm looking at the cards. Yeah, no, we pretty much touched on everything, you know? We hit pretty much all of Double or Nothing without trying to cover it. Yeah, if you guys want, maybe next week we'll do one to hype up other stuff, but otherwise, I think we've hit the key points today.
We have to talk about whatchamacallit coming up, Double or Nothing.
Do you want to hit that now, or do you want to do one next week? We'll do it next week.
Do it next week because Double next week's going to be the
right.
Isn't the Go Home show coming up very soon?
Yeah, it's this week.
Yeah.
It's next week.
28th.
Yeah, next week is a big week.
Today. That's next week.
Rod knows every single pay-per-view for every company that's happening. So
because Rod watches
every weekend.
That's because Rod watches every wrestling company where we don't because we don't have the time to watch them.
I don't want to watch
vicariously through Rod. What'd you say, Jay?
Hey, that's what you get that luxury when you're retired.
What?
You get that luxury when you're retired.
Oh, yeah, we know. You're privileged, Rod.
Yeah, very privileged.
Dude, I
hate working every day. Rod, I hate working every day.
So do I.
I know, trust me, I hated it too, but now I get to reap the benefits of me working every day for 20 years.
And now Rod makes more money than both of us, Jay. It's terrible.
Good, then buy me a PlayStation.
About that.
What'd you say?
I'm like, yeah, I said about that.
About what?
Buy me a PlayStation.
I'm buy him a PlayStation.
Rod, you can afford it.
Switches are less money. Buy me a Switch.
Oh, I kill.
Oh, if you get a Switch, that means we can all play Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah.
Shredder's Revenge. That's what that means.
That's actually a really fun game.
I enjoy that.
Because I gotta get us something else going too. So.
All right, gentlemen. On that note, I think we've hit our key points today. We'll touch the rest of it on the next one, but I think we hit most of it just all over the place. Finally, Rod shows his face again.
If you're not happy with anything that happens tonight on Ressurgence, #blame Rod.
Blame Rod.
Oh, absolutely.
And don't forget to watch the very beginning of this episode as we bash the hell out of Hot Rod for being late today.
Degenerate.
Oh, it was a fresh thing. I was like, should we do it? I'm like, yeah, we should. It'd be funny.
I gave the look like, well, of course we should do it.
It'd be different.
Oh my God.
Don't worry, Rod. We're gonna get RJ on it one day too. Don't worry. It's fine.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
And one day you guys will set these up and you'll blindside me with them and it'll be all good.
Oh, I can't wait to do that to you, but anyway.
Hey, when you can set up these Zooms and record them, you can do it to me. When I'm done setting up Zoom and you can set them up, do it.
Sounds good.
All right. If it wasn't for me, if I was the one setting it up, it wouldn't be an issue. So it's my detriment we're behind if I'm having technical problems. So blame me.
I already did. Anyway.
I know. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure, guys.
As always.
Really, everybody, watch our show, follow us, do what you got to do. And as always, we are just too sweet.
Okay. Recording ended.